And welcome to the beach readings with Monica Louv. So as you all know, I was supposed to come on earlier to do the readings, and I had some issues, some technical issues with my other computer. So I had to go get all the information and sit down and study everything before getting started. So I really want to thank you guys for your patience, for your understanding with all of this. Okay, it's been super difficult doing stuff without having my proper gear. And today was really hot, and as you guys can see, I'm dark. I'm like really, really dark from the sun, and I'm burnt. Look, I'm burnt. I'm like really dark now. So today when I came outside, it was so hot. I was like, there's no way I can do readings in like 30 plus weather with technology and stuff outside. So I've decided to come here now, and it's kind of quieter and there's no partying and people kind of going crazy and drinking. So I just thought now would be a better time. So I do apologize, if you were expecting me to come on earlier, but I'm here now and I'm here to do your readings, okay? So it's a little bit windy outside, as you can see, and the sun is going down. Still, there's the beautiful beach. And yeah, so if it gets really windy and things start to get crazy, I will have to go inside. So I'm just letting you guys know that now, okay? So I'm gonna get started. Another thing I wanna mention is usually I have my laptop. Unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties, so my laptop is not working right now. So what I've actually done is I collected all the information, your charts and everything, and they're in my phone. So I'm gonna have to stop for every reading that I'm doing and just see the charts. I did briefly study the charts and stuff like that. So I have an idea of what is going on. Now, before I get started in the readings, the first thing I want to say to you is all of you are psychic. You all know how to read. You all know how to intuitively listen to your intuition. I am simply just a confirmer. I'm just here to confirm what you feel, okay? And a lot of you already know the answer. So whatever question you asked me, you already know the answer. I'm just here to confirm, okay? And one thing that I've noticed about a lot of you getting personalized readings with me is you're very psychic. You're very intuitively psychic. A lot of you have planets in your 12th house. So, I'm just confirming to you, right? I'm just confirming what it is. So I'm going to be using my tarot deck, my new tarot deck that's coming out in January, okay? And actually it's January now, so it's going to be on Amazon soon. So if you're interested in getting that, that's going to be on Amazon, okay? Now, we just had a full moon. So one of the things that I've noticed for the people who are getting personalized readings, I feel like everybody's emotions have come to a head. Nobody can lie anymore to you. You can't lie to yourself. The truth is that anything that's been bothering you is going to come to the surface, and it is going to be exposed. So if you're somebody who has been suppressing your emotions, hiding your feelings, that's not going to be the case anymore. Okay, so that's another thing that I want to mention. And finally, when I get into the readings, before I get into the readings, if you, for any reason, have any questions about your reading, you don't understand what I'm saying on here, it doesn't seem to make sense, something's off, or you just need additional information, you have access to me for a lifetime. So anytime you purchase a personalized reading with me, you can contact me in my live chat. I may not answer right away, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm at. If I'm flying or I'm, doing something, then I may not be able to get back to you right away. But you have access to me forever. So anytime you have a question about the reading that I did for you, again, 1 year, 2 years, 6 days later, 3 days later, whatever, you can contact me and I'm here for you, okay? I just want you all to know that. So I'm going to get started with the first order, and the first order is going to be... just give me 1 second. It's going to be Chiron. I think I'm saying your name right. I hope I am. Chiron. And Chiron had a question about a person that he is seeing now. And he wanted to know that, you know, if this person is the right person. And I think the way I got your question was, you want to know if this relationship's real, if this person is, you know, are they a twin flame? Are they a soulmate? Are they a karmic? Are they, you know, are they somebody that you're meant to be with? So I think the way to best do these readings, like I did before, we're going to be doing past, present, and future. I'm going to be pulling three cards, and then I'm going to finish off the reading with a piece of advice. Okay, so I'm going to ask. Now, one of the things that I noticed about your chart, I'm just going to take a look at your chart. One of the things that I noticed for you, Chiron, or Chiron, I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I apologize. One of the things I noticed for you, you have your moon in the 12th house, okay? So moon in the 12th house is telling me that you oftentimes may have some sort of a hard time expressing how you feel. You are a Cancerian, okay? So Cancer usually, has a hard time expressing, or they don't express right away until they feel comfortable. So I feel for you, one of the reasons why there may be an on and off between you and this person is because if there's a lack of emotions being expressed, or you have a hard time expressing your emotions, this person may feel like they don't know where they stand with you, and that could be leading to the on and off. Another thing that I noticed for you, your most lucky aspects for this coming year is going to be in partnership. So this year, even if this relationship or this person that you're seeing, if it doesn't work out, there may be a new person that's coming in that's actually a part of your destiny. Okay. Whenever I see like on and off relationships that are not consistent, I usually classify them as karmics, but we're going to pull the cards and we're going to see what's going on for you. Okay. Tell me about Chiron. Hope I'm saying your name right. Okay. Oop. Tell me about this person that he is seeing. Tell me, who is this person? Are they meant to be? Is it real? Is it a karmic? Is it who is this person that Chiron is seeing? Are they a karmic? Are they real? Who are they? And by the way, Chiron is a Cancer, so this may resonate with you if you're a Cancer, if you have any Cancer placements. Okay? Tell me about this person. And by the way, we're right by the ocean. This is pure like energy here from Spirit, which is very, very nice. Tell me about this person. Stop right there. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. So again, as I mentioned to you, emotions, right? The cups are always about our emotions. And the first thing that I picked up when I looked at your astrology was those emotions are either not being expressed. Like if you have a problem or something bothers you and you don't express it, person, then it may lead to blockages, okay? And that's what's leading to the dissatisfaction, which leads to separation, which leads to not being connected. So what happened in the past? You have the Sun. You and this person, lots of happiness here in the past. It was like you met each other, you came together. There was a very, magnetic energy here, okay? And the past question is, what situation in your life is bringing you warmth and happiness? And I feel like in the past with this person, you felt like this person was the one. You felt like, yeah, this is who I'm supposed to be with. This person makes me happy. They make me feel good, etc. Okay. In the present moment, you have the Page of Swords. You're constantly questioning what happened, what's going on. Are we going to be together? Does he love me? Does he not? Does he want to be with me? What situation in your life requires analysis and research? So I think one of the things Spirit is asking you right now, Chiron, I think it's Chiron, yes. One thing Spirit's asking you right now, Spirit is asking you in the present moment to really analyze what's going on. I think one of the things to make a partnership, one of the things that, just give me 1 second. Okay. One of the things that, Spirit is asking you to do right now is for you to be able to analyze why something here is not working. And it's important that you understand your person and understand yourself. Okay. So I'm really strongly getting one of the things that I recommend for you in the present moment that Spirit is saying is for you to really analyze deeply who you are and who this person is. Right? Okay. So yeah, so there's a need to analyze what's really happening in the present moment, and that's what you're doing. Okay, you're seeking information, you're getting advice, you're getting information, because something here in the past was really beautiful, it was really amazing, it was really great, and what happened, right? It's like, well, why didn't, why didn't, why isn't this working out? What's going on? So there's a really strong energy here of needing to know your person. If you are someone who doesn't do astrology, or you don't look into astrology, or you haven't really looked deep into it, now is the time to do that, to see if you and this person are even compatible. Okay. So what's happening in the future for you and this person? King of Cups. And you know what I feel for you? I feel like, I don't want to say that this person that I don't want to say that this person that, you know, you like and you love and you want to be with isn't the right person, but I really strongly feel someone else is coming in. And I feel that this year, either this year or next year, you're going to meet the one, okay? And this is the one, the King of Cups, someone who can really show you. I think what this card is representing is that you're going to be able to actually attract, okay? You're going to be able to attract the right person. You see King of Cups, someone who actually can give you that love that you need. I don't feel this person's giving you that right now. And that could be the reason why you have a hard time expressing, because when the right person comes, they're just going to express to you. You don't have to fight. You don't have to argue. You know, it's like love. Love, even if somebody does something wrong, right? There's I love you conditionally, or there's I love you unconditionally. And I think what you're going to be attracting is someone who loves you unconditionally, right? And I think that's something that we all crave. We all want someone to love us regardless of, you know, how we act, you know, how we are. We're all human. We all make mistakes and stuff. So the person that you're attracting may be another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm getting a Pisces really strong with the King of Cups here. And it says, what situation in your life requires balanced emotions and careful observation? So the person that you're going to be attracting, like I said, I feel like it's a new person, because right now, like, what you're not getting is the satisfaction, right? You and this person are not able to satisfy one another. And that's why there's been a big on and off. And what Spirit's asking you to do is to be honest, okay? And a lot of people don't like honesty. They prefer to be lied to. They prefer to be told what they want to hear when the truth comes out. And I mean concrete truth. I don't mean putting someone down or blaming somebody, or but concrete evidence to back up the truth, you know, which is done through patterns and consistencies. So I feel this person who's coming in as a new person, there's somebody who's going to allow you to drop that guard, okay? Intuitively, what I'm getting, the reason why you and this person have been on and off is because you may not feel subconsciously that you can trust this person enough to open up to them. So when you see this person on and off with you and in and out, it kind of subconsciously signals to you, you know what? I don't know if I can open up to this person. So the real person who's meant to be with you is not going to be somebody who lies to you, not going to be someone who cheats on you, not going to be somebody who only likes you because you're there to do something for them. And when you're not there to do something for them, they hate you, they're mean to you, they put you down, right? And that's what we're seeing now with the full moon in Cancer. We're seeing that people who, you know, were one way end up coming and showing themselves as a different way. Okay, so you're going to know who loves you and who doesn't love you. You're going to know who is there for you and who doesn't want to be there for you. It's going to be there. It's going to be obvious, because Cancer, first of all, you had a full moon in your sign. So some sort of emotions recently have come to the surface, and you can choose to look at them or you can choose not to look at them, but you can't lie to yourself anymore. That's what this full moon in Cancer has been showing us, that we can't lie to ourselves anymore. If somebody is there for you, there's no questioning, right? There's no, oh, well, maybe they love me, but they're on and off with me. No. If somebody is meant to be with you, they're just going to be with you. there's going to be no questioning. There's going to be no anger. There's going to be no hatred. There's going to be no putting somebody down, right? So that's what I feel you're attracting. You're attracting a person who can help you drop your guard. You're going to be attracting somebody who has emotions, who are ready to share those emotions with you. If you're dealing with somebody who cannot do that, it's making you feel subconsciously that you can't open up to them. Okay? So I feel for you, what's coming in is someone better. And that's going to happen in the middle, I would say April, between April of this year and April of next year, okay? Because your Jupiter is going to be transiting your 7th house over the next few months, okay? So, or over the next year or two. So it's a really good time to keep an eye out and to be open. And you're going to know when the right person comes around. You're going to open to them. And you're also Cancer. So you know when somebody is really wants to be with you and then doesn't really want to be with you. And if that's, an on and off thing, well, you got to listen to that, okay? Your advice is the 7 of Swords. When you feel like someone's not being honest, when you feel like somebody is not being real, listen to that. Your intuition will tell you that. You know when somebody is for you and when they're not. There's no like, oh, I'm just going to make this, excuse up and that's what it is. No. So Spirit is saying, listen to your intuition, because I think throughout your life, you've seen who's real and who's not. And you could be even going through a repeating pattern or cycle constantly. So these are lessons. I do feel like this person that you're dealing with is a karmic. I feel like because they've been on and off and in and out. And again, there's a lot of this, I want to be with this person. I really like them. I want to be with them. But there's a lack of satisfaction here. And if you feel like someone's taking advantage of you, okay, lying, cheating, stealing, and that's what your intuition's telling you, that's something that you have to be aware of subconsciously, okay? Because again, you can only lie to yourself for so long. And if somebody isn't giving you what you need, then why are you still there? Right? Why are we remaining in places where, if I don't like someone or I don't like something, I'm not going to be there, right? I'm not going to be around someone, if I don't like them. And that's what I'm finding with this full moon. Everybody is remaining and being in the same place and they don't like it there, but they're still there, okay? So you have to be honest with yourself. That's your biggest piece of advice. If you feel something's off, accept that and be honest with yourself, okay? Because if you keep holding on to something that's not really for you, you miss other opportunities. And I don't want to see you miss an opportunity, especially now, because Jupiter is going to be transiting your 7th house. And that's when the real person is going to come into your life, okay? And like I said, I feel this person's going to be a water sign or someone who helps you drop your guard, okay? Okay, so that's the reading that I have for you. If you have any questions about your reading, you can contact me at any time on my chat, and I would be more than happy to explain any questions that you may have, okay? All right, so we're gonna move on to the next order. Now, I just wanna mention I'm not reading the comments because I'm doing lives right now. If I see anybody in the comments who are, again, who, are negative, who again are putting me down, guys, you don't have to be here, okay? You don't have to be, I'm not forcing you to be here. I'm not forcing you guys to be here, okay? And this is why the comments are gonna be shut off. So if I see, if I just scroll and I naturally see something, I'm just gonna block. It's that simple. Not forcing anybody to be here, not forcing, you to watch the channel. There's tons of other readers online that are doing free readings. You guys can go there, okay? So I just want to keep it real and just let you all know, because I did see one comment that, again, I'm not sure why you're here. If you don't like me and you don't like what I do, then you don't have to be here, okay? So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next order. So Taylor is going to be next. And Taylor is a Leo. And Taylor was asking Taylor's question was, I don't like my career anymore. And it's interesting because I feel you, Taylor. I'm going through the same thing where I, have really said to myself, I don't know if I want to do tarot again. And I'm a Leo, and I've been really questioning if I still want to do tarot or not. So I feel what you're going through. And I think that this full moon in Cancer has also really affected you as well. So one of the things that I noticed with you, Taylor, is you're a Leo and you have the sun in the 10th house like I do. That means you're the star, okay? That means you are meant to shine. You're meant to do something where you're the star of the show, okay? And I really strongly feel for you that this year is going to be a very big turning point because Jupiter is going to be transiting Aries, and it's going to aspect your career, your 10th house. And your money house, which is Sagittarius, is in your second house. It's ruled by that. So anything related to traveling, anything related to yoga or spirituality is something that you should really do, that you should really get into. Thank you, Samantha, for the donation. So for you, Taylor, because you're a Leo, you're the star of the show. And any position that doesn't allow you to be the star of the show is not for you. So wherever you are or whatever it is that you're doing, it needs to be something where you can be the center of attention. If you're not the center of attention, it's just not going to work for you. It's just not going to work for you. Okay. You also have a very strong 12th house. Taylor is, your North Node is in the 12th house, which means in your life, you're not here to serve others. You're not here to be in this serving mode. So if you were ever doing like nursing, or if you were ever doing like anything in the service sector, that's not for you. You are meant to go beyond that. You're meant to actually go above and beyond, and you have Libra in the 12th house. So anything to do with relationships, partnerships, spiritually, like doing tarot would be something good for you, or doing yoga, or doing something related to travel or relationships. But you need to be the star. You need to be the center of attention. If you're not the star and you're not the center of attention, you're not going to feel fulfilled, okay? And that's something that I see is really important for you. So let's do your reading and let's see what's going on past, present, and future, and what's your advice. And this reading's for Taylor. She's a Leo, so this may relate to you in some sort of way. Okay. Thanks so much for your donations, guys, and your kind comments. Okay, tell me about Taylor. Tell me about Taylor. What's the direction for career for Taylor? What's the direction for Taylor? For Taylor. And if you're here and you're getting a personal reading, you can comment and let me know if you're here. For Taylor. Okay, first card for you, Taylor, is Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, very interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Wands. So you're done, you're tired. You're tired of something. And it's interesting because I feel for Leo, that's how Leo's been feeling lately. Leo's been feeling really drained. Leo's been feeling like they're giving, and it's not leading to anything. And this could be related to your career. In the past, you went back to something you didn't like, okay? This could have been a job, or it could have been something that you felt like you were forced to do. It wasn't fulfilling to you. This could be even what you're still feeling now. There is really no past, present, and future. It's just energy. We just say past, present, and future because spiritually, actually physically, we're in a physical world. So that's how we measure stuff. But you could still be in a place of dissatisfaction, but there's like this energy of being forced, right? There's this energy of being, forced to do something that you don't like in the present moment. Thank you, Samantha, for the donation. Now, in the present moment, you have the Five of Cups. So you're disappointed with something that failed or something that didn't work out related to your career. You may even be in a place where you need to be in this job or you rely on it very much. Something happened or something's happening in the present moment. And the question you need to ask yourself is, what painful situation in your life are you focused on and what positive aspects are you not seeing? So even though something is coming to an end or something does not emotionally fulfill you anymore, Taylor, that's something you should listen to. It's not something that you should pretend isn't there, right? So I feel in the present moment, you're being confronted emotionally. And I just looked at the time and it said 555. There's a huge change going on for you, especially Leos in general. And one of the things that I find for you is that there's something that you can't lie. You can't lie to yourself. And this is for everybody because of the full moon. It's affecting everybody on different levels in different areas, right? For you, you're done. There's something here that you just can't put up with anymore. It doesn't fulfill you. Every time, you go back to it, you're depressed, you're sad, you're upset. And this, I don't want to say that this is a good thing because I don't want to diminish the way you feel. I don't want to make you feel like what you're feeling is not valid because it is. But there's something that Spirit is saying you cannot lie to yourself about anymore because your feelings are valid. And here's the thing, when you feel something and somebody says to you, oh, your feelings aren't important, you're not important, your feelings are just whatever. That's not true. When we feel something or we act a certain way, there's a reason. There's a reason for that. So your emotions are showing you what's working and what's not. And remember how I said to you, you're a Leo. Do you know what it means to be a Leo? You're always going to stand out. You're always going to be different. You're always going to be doing something that you need to shine. And your sun is in the 10th house. So I think one of the important things that you're learning right now, Taylor, is not to devalue yourself. First of all, self-confidence is everything. You need to believe that whatever it is you're drawn to, because your emotions are going to tell you, whatever you're drawn to is what you should be doing. This could be spiritual. This could be something that, again, you can't lie to yourself. You're a Leo. The thing that I notice about Leo is Leo always stands out. He will always stand out. And that's why you need to be doing something where you stand out. And you know exactly what that is. Again, it could be related to traveling. It could be related to relationships. It could be related to spirituality. Those are the areas that are calling you. I see you doing something in relation to helping people become more conscious of their relationships. Even if you do vlogging, even if you do yoga, something that you enjoy. And I got the same question from another person who got a personal reading from me in the last beach reading. And they're also in a place of uncertainty about their career. And I said, look, if you're willing to do something for free, okay? Like, for example, I get on YouTube and I do readings for free for people, okay? And yes, I do get, ad revenue from YouTube. But if I didn't enjoy doing tarot readings, I just wouldn't do them, okay? So making sure that whatever you're doing is something you would do for free is what's really going to allow you to recognize what's good for you and what works for you. Dream boldly. Thank you for the donation. These are private readings, guys. So I just want to let you know, if you're donating to ask a question, I'm not accepting donations for questions. So if you want to just donate, I appreciate that, but it's not donation to answer a question. Okay. These are prepaid personalized readings. Okay. So for you, Taylor, there's something you cannot lie to anymore about. You cannot go back to something because it doesn't satisfy you anymore. And this full moon is showing you that. This full moon is really breaking you down and showing you that. So what's happening for you in the future? You have the Emperor. Okay. You know what I see for you? You know what I see for you, Taylor? You're going to be an entrepreneur. That's what you're going to be, the Emperor. You are going to have your own business. You're going to do your own thing. Is this situation where is this situation where can you find in this situation, excuse me, where can you find wisdom and stability? So in the near future, you're going to be taking the reins. Okay. You're going to be starting your own business, most likely. You're going to do something where you shine. You're the Emperor. You're the boss. Okay. The Emperor is the boss. The Emperor is the one that runs the show. And remember how I was saying you're a Leo. So anything that you do, you're going to do something where you're running the show, not that somebody's running you. Because I'm going to tell you something right now, especially as a Leo myself, I will never work for somebody, ever. I've done it so many times in my life. And one of the things that I learned was it never works out. It never works out working for someone else because Leo is the boss. Leo is the king of the jungle. And if you're not in a position where you're the king of the jungle, there's no point. Okay. And that's why you're setting boundaries. The Seven of Wands lately has been talking to me about setting boundaries. A lot of Leos, including you, are going to be starting to set boundaries because one thing I've noticed here in your past career or in some job, you weren't appreciated. People were walking all over you, abusing you, and it affected your emotions on a very deep level. On a very, very deep level. And that's what's forcing you to step outside of this. To step into this, the Emperor. That's powerful, okay? Your advice here is the Six of Cups. Your advice is to, not forget about the past, not forget about where you're coming from, but what did you learn from this? Because there was a reason why Spirit put you into this job or these jobs that you didn't like or that weren't for you. It's because there was something that you needed to gather from that experience in order to become the Emperor. The Emperor doesn't just become the Emperor. An entrepreneur doesn't just become an entrepreneur. I mean, yes, most entrepreneurs are born to just be, most entrepreneurs are just born as entrepreneurs, right? But most of the time we have to have some sort of knowledge or background or experience to get to that position. So what Spirit is saying is do not just forget about the past. I know you just want to forget about, your past jobs or you just don't want to have to go back to it, but there was something that you needed to learn from those experiences in order for you to have your own company and business, okay? Because whatever you did is something that can help you to build your business in a very professional and mature manner, okay? So setting boundaries is the right thing, okay? That's what you don't see coming. You need to set boundaries or you will be setting boundaries because I'm getting an abusive energy here. Five of Cups, Eight of Cups in reverse. It's like, oh, I have to go back to this because, I need the money, or I have to go back to this because I need to pay my rent, and even if you are financially well off, okay, it's not about that. It's about your feelings. And I say this every day. I say this every day about the channel. If I don't feel valued or I don't feel loved or I don't feel like people want me here, I'm not going to be here. And that goes for anybody, right? Nobody's going to be in a job or do a job where they feel abused, where they feel put down, where they feel like they're not valuable or valued. And that's what this full moon in Cancer was about, right? This full moon in Cancer has really been talking about our emotions and not hiding those emotions, right? Because what we're often seeing with many people is we're told, oh, our emotions don't mean anything. Like how you feel, like whatever, get over it. You know when somebody says that to you, oh, just get over it. No, I'm not going to get over it. That's how I feel, and my feelings are valid. Okay? So I see you in the future becoming your own boss and doing one of the things that I told you. Again, relationships, helping people with relationships, travel, vlogging, anything spiritual because your North Node is in the 12th house. Okay, so this is what I have for you, Taylor. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. We're going to move on to the next person. And I'm going to just, give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Oh, I just want to update everyone. So I did 2 personal readings. We're going to move on to the next reader. I'm going to be in and out because I'm looking at charts and coming back because I don't have my other equipment. So I appreciate your guys' patience and everything. So the next reading is going to be for Kim. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to be in and out. Okay. The reason why I'm in and out is because I need to look at the charts on my phone. I don't have my other laptop because technical difficulties. So I'm going to be kind of in and out, right? I did all of the charts. I did, and I'm going to timestamp this one because this one's a little bit wonky and I didn't do it during the day. So when I have time, I'm going to try to timestamp, guys. Again, I'm on vacation, so I'm not like in regular mode. I'm going to try my best to timestamp this, okay? For you, Kim, your question is about what you need to do now in your life and what's going on with your love life and what's going on in general. And one of the things that I see for you, first of all, you, like many of you watching, okay? Many of you watching now, I would say about 90% of you have new people coming into your life. And I feel, Kim, you're one of those people. What should you be doing now? Well, what you should be doing now, you have North Node in the 1st house. What does that mean? In this lifetime, regardless of how old you are, regardless of what you're doing in your life, you're constantly needing to work on yourself. In this life, having the North Node in the 1st house is Aries, which means you're striving to become an Aries. Every time you perfect yourself, for example, there's a need for you to work on your health. Aries is ruling, and because Aries, again, is connected to your North Node, I look where Aries is in your chart. Aries house is in the 6th house, which means your health, well-being is your top priority. That's where your focus should be, okay? And if you're not focused on that and you're doing other things, the only way the only way you can truly attract the type of love that you want is when you work on yourself. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, right? It's obvious, but not so obvious. So this year, there's going to be a lot of luck when it comes to your health. There's going to be things that pop up, things that come up for you that allow you to focus on your health. I think one of the things that will help you with this is really, truly allowing yourself to be in this place of just being. And that's something that a lot of us are learning, like myself. I'm learning to just be, okay? And a lot of us think, oh, we need to go, do this, search for love. You know, I'm going to search online. I'm going to open up a profile online. I'm going to search. And we end up not finding what we want, what we truly want, okay? When you are in this place of being able to just be and enjoy and not have to question or look for something, that's when it's going to come in for you. So let's do your reading. Tell me about Kim, past, present, and future. And we're going to pull one card for advice for you and see what is underneath the cards. Okay. These are personal prepaid readings, guys. Okay. So this is going to be the final day of private readings. And then we're going to be getting back on schedule. Okay. So tell me about Kim, past, present, and future. You really got to work on yourself, Kim, okay? And I mean this in the most kindest and nicest way. There's a need for you to 100% focus on you. And you may think, oh, this is selfish. No, it's not. This is about you serving yourself and your health. And this year is going to be a big year for that, okay? I see not this year, but in 2024, you're going to meet somebody, the love of your life is going to come in 2024. 2023 is a year of just focusing on your health, focusing on going within. Okay? That's what I'm getting astrologically for you when I look at your chart. Tell me about Kim. 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 Ace of Cups in reverse in the past. You did mention to me, Kim, in your message that you went through a divorce years ago. You have the Seven of Wands as well at the bottom of the deck. So you're also creating boundaries. Okay, so a lot of people are doing this. This full moon has really affected people on a deep level, but secretly. Spirit is telling me, Kim, that I don't want to, you all know I keep it real. I'm not going to sit here sugarcoat nothing. I'm just going to keep it real. There's something here about blaming in the past. Blaming yourself because your marriage didn't work out, or blaming this person for the marriage not working out. There's this energy, I'm going to be honest with you, Kim, and you may not like what I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to keep it real, okay? Because I'm here to help. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. There's this energy of like holding on to the past about a failed, relationship, failed love. There's something that you still need to heal from in the past. If this person hurt you, if this person did something to affect your idea of love, that's something that Spirit's asking you to work on. The only way to truly be in a place of happiness, health, love, and peace is to make peace with the past. If you truly want to move forward and you want to be healthy and you want to be happy and you want to find the love of your life, it comes down to one important thing: not holding on to the past. And you may say to yourself, I'm not holding on to the past. What are you talking about? I'm not. If you bring it up and you ask a question and you bring it up, there's still some sort of feelings that you have from it. But it's done, right? Ace of Cups in reverse. There was something in the past where this love was so pure, it was so beautiful. It was like, wow, this is my person. This is the person I love. And when it didn't work out and it failed, it affected you. It affected your health. It affected the way you look at, people, the way you look at maybe society, the way you look at relationships, the way you look at men, or the way you look at women, depending on, what your preference is. There's something here about needing to make peace. You see how there's all this wind. Look at this, all this wind, okay? Something is trying to get your attention about the past, honestly, okay? There's something from the past you're still holding on to. The best way to release this is say, I accept and I release the pain from the past. I forgive my partner if, your partner hurt you or something here didn't work out between you and your partner. It's like, I forgive my partner, or my past partner. I release the negativity. You see, look at all this wind. So there's something emotionally here that's really deeply bothering you. You can choose to be honest with it, or you can choose not to. This is spiritual. It's not physical. It's like disease. Disease happens because something is happening to us spiritually. When the doctor, anyway, I don't want to get into that stuff, but when you go and you get a checkup and stuff and they can't really figure out what's wrong with you, it's a spiritual thing. Okay? So something here didn't work out. You come across as somebody who doesn't want to be in a relationship, or you're constantly, guarding yourself because you're afraid of getting hurt again. And again, this is connected to the past. So forgiving and healing the situation from the past is something that you're being called or asked to do. Okay, you have the Knight of Swords in the present moment. So again, there's this constant energy of like fighting or wanting to take action. Or here's the thing, I'm going to tell you something right now. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is work on yourself. North Node, first house. Are you putting yourself first? Are you taking care of yourself? Or are you trying to go and find love? Because your South Node is Libra. And when the South Node is Libra, you're in your past life, you're all about relationships. You were all about being in love. You were all about, and when it failed in this lifetime, there could be one main reason why it failed. And one of the main reasons why it may have failed was because you may have forgot to put yourself first. Your lesson in this life, Kim, is to create balance between yourself and your relationships. If you're constantly doing for someone else and they don't reciprocate that energy, it bothers you. It upsets you, right? There's an expectation here. I think you have a moon in Virgo. Let me check. Yeah, you have moon in Virgo. I intuitively picked it up and then I went to confirm. So with a moon in Virgo, you're constantly emotionally looking for perfection. And that could be also something that triggers you when something doesn't work out. So the best way or the best thing you should be doing is working on yourself. And you knew that. You know that. Even in your question was, what should I be working on? You should be working on yourself. So in the future, you have the Five of Wands. You need to be really careful, okay? There's something here in the near future you're fighting. Again, it's a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual battle that you're going through. It's spiritual. It's not physical. There's something that needs to be addressed here in the near future, and I think it's connected to the past. I feel, again, you're very much... You may, when I say this to you, you may say, no, that's not true. No, it's not true. You may be in this place of denial. But one day you're going to see, one day you're going to realize, wow, okay, I get what Monica's saying to me. Don't fight the past. Don't fight your feelings. Don't fight and be in this energy of needing to be in control all the time. I think one of the things you're learning now is just to be, like I said to others of you, there's a strong energy here of learning to just be and not always feel like we need to be in control. One of the things that I see for you, Kim, is, like I said, not this year, but next year, you're going to be able to attract a very, very beautiful person into your life. Okay, there's a lot of new people coming in for all of us, especially those of you getting personal readings with me, and I think intuitively you know that. But there's an energy here of conflict in the future. So you need to be careful not to be in this place of constantly needing to be in control. The more you focus on yourself, the more you work on yourself, the more you're going to be able to get what you want. It's not you always trying to be in control. Your biggest piece of advice is the Ten of Cups. Focus on what makes you happy. Don't focus on what doesn't make you happy. Because the more you focus on what doesn't make you happy, the more you attract that. You may, over the last few years, you may have been trying to maybe attract new love, or you may have been trying to do new things, and you just feel a block, or you feel something that just doesn't allow you to. And it's because of the control and needing to control. So your biggest piece of advice here is to release, accept that if something didn't work out, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. Focus on what makes you happy. If you're involved in things that don't make you happy, don't do them. Don't do them. Your top priority between now and next year, not this year, but next year, 2024, is to work on your health, to work on learning more about yourself. That means learning your human design, learning your nakshatra, learning your astrology, okay? Learning who you are, so that when this person comes in, you're not fighting them or you're not fighting it. because Spirit, God, will put the right people in your life when the time is right. When the time is right, this person's going to show up, and there is no fighting. There's no arguing. There's no fighting. It just is. But you have to know time, right? And that's why astrology is very important. So between now and 2024, focusing on what makes you happy, working on yourself is what is going to allow you to be unblocked and move forward, okay? So that's what I have for you, Kim. We're going to move on to the next person now. Okay. So like I said to you guys, I'm gonna be doing the next reading. I really appreciate you all for being patient with me while I take some time out to regenerate myself. For those of you who have been loyal and patient with me, I thank you. I see you. I appreciate you. Okay. And we're gonna move on to the next person. I'm just gonna say this: if you get a personalized reading with me, you have access to me for life. You can reach out to me at any moment in time, and I'm here for you, always, okay? Always. If you have any questions, please contact me, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do the next person. Just bear with me. So I'm back. It's getting a little bit dark, so if it gets a little bit dark, I'm gonna have to move somewhere where there's light. So, yeah, just letting you guys know that now, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see me anymore. Maybe I don't want to go out of here because of the wind. Okay, so we're going to do Jen. We're going to do Jen now. Jen is a Libra. I know there's a lot of Libras in the chat. And as I mentioned to you all, there's going to be pauses because I have to go check the astrology and come back, because I don't have my other device here, okay? So Jen is a Libra, and Jen's question is, she wants to know what her purpose is, what she should be doing. And one of the things that I noticed for you, Jen, you're very service-oriented. You're somebody that needs to be in a career or a job where you can service others, where you can help others in any way, shape, or form. So what I recommend to you is looking up your 6th house. What does the 6th house mean in astrology? So when you learn what the 6th house is in astrology, it's going to help you to better connect with what you're drawn to and what you like and what you enjoy. Okay? So this is something that I see for you. The North Node in Aquarius, which means your job or your career is going to be something that's different. You're striving and you're looking to do something different. And your moon is also where your North Node is as well too. So with the moon being there, there's this energy of you, there's this energy here of you doing something that you enjoy and that you love emotionally. You have to emotionally love what you do. And this is why I said to you, for all of you who are asking about your careers, it's not about money. It's not about the money. I know. Listen, you have a moment in your life where you're in survival mode, and then once you pass the survival mode where, let's say you have a car, you have your house, you're not needing money so much, it starts to become about what you love doing. And I'm going to use myself as an example for you. I love doing tarot. I love helping people. I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps on my arm when I'm doing tarot. I will stop what I'm doing. I will stop what I'm doing to help somebody through tarot, through astrology. I will do it for free. Okay? Of course I need to live. Of course I need to eat. We all need to eat. We all need to live. So we have to work. And money is not just, the way you look at money is going to determine how you make money. Okay? So if you are looking at money as a negative thing, then it's going to be a negative thing for you. If you're looking at money as energy, I look at money as energy. What I give and put into something is what I get out of it. Then that's how you're going to make money, right? So I think one of the things that Spirit is asking you to do is to not just look at how to make money, but what do you love? What are you willing to do for free? What are you not willing to do for free? Right? So there's this strong energy here of the moon being in your 10th house. Your north node is in your 10th house. You have to feel emotionally connected to what you're doing. If you don't feel when you get up in the morning you got goosebumps and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go, I want to do what I'm doing, it's not the job for you. And if you're past survival mode, which a lot of us are coming out of this survival mode because we can make money online now. Making money is not as hard, especially if you're in the United States, money is, it's a lot easier. You have more opportunities, right? So there's a very strong energy for you right now, Jen, to not be afraid to do something that emotionally makes you feel happy. If it's emotionally making you feel happy, that's it. That's where you need to be, okay? And again, serving the service industries like health, well-being. And again, you don't have to go the traditional route. What do I mean by traditional route? Well, first of all, Aquarius is not traditional. Aquarius is a very non-traditional, it's a non-traditional sign. So that means anything that you're doing, you're going to be doing something that's out of the box. It's out of the box. Like tarot's out of the box, right? Anything service oriented, and again, you can research what the 6th house represents and what the sign of Aquarius represents. Once you study those two, it's going to better show you where your energy needs to be. And your emotions play a your emotions play a huge role in where your energy needs to be. Okay? So let's see for you, Jen. Tell me about Jen. Tell me about Jen. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You see? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? 9 of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that in the past, you really needed to rely on someone because you couldn't make money on your own. And you could even still be in this position now, or you can be transitioning out of this position. Okay? It's starting to get dark, so I'm gonna move closer to some light. Okay? So just bear with me, guys. Thanks, guys, for your patience. Love you a lot. I'm going to move into the light because I don't think you guys can see me or the cards. And I'm usually in a studio where things are a lot more easier to see. I think there's some light up here that we can go to. See? And as I'm doing your reading, you know what this represents, Jen? It represents transition. You're going through a transition. It's not a coincidence that I'm getting up while I'm doing your reading and walking. You see, I was in one place and now I'm somewhere else. Okay? So now we're here in light. Okay. Can still kind of see the beach there. See, this is so much better. I know the lights are kind of... see if I can. You know what? Bear with me one second. I'm going to move into the light for you all. Okay. I think this is better. You can see me a little bit better. Okay. Again, the lighting is not that great, but at least you can see the cards because what's important, it's not my face. My face and how I look, it's not important. It's the messages, okay? All right. You had the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, okay, in the past. So you were relying on someone or something, okay? And you may have felt stuck. You may have felt powerless. You may have felt like, oh, if I don't do this and that for this person, they're not going to pay my rent, or they're not going to this, or they're not going to that, and they're whatever. So what you were learning in the past, Jen, was to be self-reliant. That's what you were learning in the past. You were forced to learn how to be self-reliant. And look, bottom of the deck, you have the Judgment. Something happened in your life or is happening that's forcing you to realize this about yourself. You can no longer be in this place of being at the helm of somebody telling you what to do, forcing you to do stuff that you don't want to do for money. And that's, you know what that is personally. Okay, I'm not going to get into that because you know. It's just going to resonate like that. Okay? So in the past, you weren't self-reliant. You wanted to be, but you weren't. Okay? Present moment, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. You've been able to save enough money, or you've been able to get to this place where you're no longer in survival mode. Okay? So the important message that you need to ask yourself, with these cards, you get a message at the bottom. So it's so much easier for you to kind of make sense of what's going on. And it says, what situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? So right now, there's a very strong energy here of you being in this place of being able to finally invest, start your own business. Maybe you want to do something that's outside of the box, right? You want to do something that's different. You want to do something that is going to allow you to be independent from needing to rely on certain people or situations. So in the present moment, I see you focusing on reevaluating where you're going to put your energy, where you're going to put your time, where you're going to put, all of your efforts. Okay? If you've saved enough money up until this point, which is what it's looking like, or you have the ability to do that, then now is the time to really think carefully how you want to build this business. I really recommend finding somebody who can help you with this, because if you were able to save up enough money, you need to be careful not just to waste that money. And your emotions are going to tell you, because you're the type of person, when you're doing something, you have to love doing it. If you don't love doing it and it doesn't give you that emotional, like, whoa, I love it, I really want to do it, then it's not for you, period. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. And I use myself as an example. Even if I wanted to quit doing tarot and I never wanted to do it again, it's so impossible for me to do because I just love doing it. I enjoy doing it. So that's what you need to look at. Okay? Don't just spend this money frivolously. Spend it in a way that is going to allow you to elevate and do something that you love. In the near future, you have the Ace of Swords. You're going to get so clear on what you need to do. After this reading, you're going to say, wow. And this is why I recommend to you, look up North Node in Aquarius. Let me see if it's in the 10th house. Hold on. Your North Node is in the 10th house in Aquarius. So any job you get into, it's not going to be a conventional job. It's not going to be a job that, hey, I'm a doctor, hey, I'm a lawyer, hey, I'm a nurse. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be something that's out of this world, that's different. And you're going to feel that. So one of the things Spirit is saying is don't lie. Look, don't lie to yourself. Look, there's Aquarius right there. And the air signs. Also, your second house is ruled by Gemini. So anything to do with communication is another good thing you should consider. Communication, service-oriented jobs, and things that emotionally make you feel good. And that's what's going to help you gain the clarity on what it is that you need to do. Okay? Because you are going to go through an awakening. You're actually going through an awakening right now. You're going through a major awakening right now. That's what's happening for you. Okay? So your advice is the Nine of Swords. Your advice here is not to be in this place of fear and worry. There's this energy of like, I'm in fear, I'm worried that this isn't going to work out, that's not going to work out. But the reality is, you don't need to force anything. You just need to listen to how you feel. If something doesn't feel right, it's not for you. Your emotions, because your moon is in Aquarius, your emotions are going to play a huge role in what is going to be good for you. And also learning about yourself, So if you don't know your human design, if you don't know your nakshatra, that's something that you should learn, okay? And instead of being in this place of anxiety and fear, you need to take action. But you need to take the right action. not just taking action in fear, okay? Because the Nine of Swords is someone who's worried, they can't sleep at night, they have a hard time getting stuff done. And I feel you're in a good place right now, and you may think otherwise. You may say, no, I'm not in a good place. That's why I got a personal reading with you. But the reality is you're in a good place because you're realizing what needs to change. How is something in our lives supposed to change if we don't realize it? We need to realize it first and then make changes, right? So that's why what you don't see at the bottom of the deck is a Judgment, because you're being called to awaken to something that needs to change. Being in this energy of being at the mercy of someone paying for you all the time or relying on someone is not where you're meant to be. You're meant to be in a place where you're doing something that you love. And your whole entire life is about career. Your whole entire life, because the North Node is in the 10th house. That's why I said you need to know yourself. This is why I tell you guys every day. I'm like harping on it all the time. Guys, learn astrology, learn your human design, learn this stuff. You need to know this stuff. You got to know this stuff. You got to this, you got to that. Okay? So the more you become clear on things, the less you're going to be worried and stressed about them. You see how it works? The more you're clear on something, and I'll give you an example. If I know my North Node, if I know my South Node, if I know my Sun, my Moon, my Rising, if I know my Nakshatra, if I know my human design, my type, my profile, am I emotional? Am I splenic? Am I ruled by the ego? Am I self projecting? All of these things you need to know, you know? And if we don't know that, the ability to have successful life, you can still have a successful life, but it's easier when you have a roadmap. And that's why you have the Judgment, okay? So don't be in fear, get clear. Don't be in fear, get clear, okay? And when you get clear, it's gonna allow you to see what direction you need to move into. I highly recommend, Jen, that you subscribe to my other channel. I am gonna be I did do an astrology workshop, so you can always check out that if you're interested. But because you're a North Node in Aquarius, your life is not going to be conventional. You're not here to do something conventional. You're here to do something outside of the box. You're here to be different in your career, okay? So don't be afraid to step out and do something different. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on now to the next reading. This is going to be the final day that I'm doing private readings. So just a quick reminder, if you're donating because you want me to answer a question, I don't do that. So I don't want you all to waste your money thinking that I'm going to answer questions. So if you want to stay and you want to hang out and you want to hear the messages, you're more than welcome to do that. We're going to move on to the next person. Okay, so the next person is going to be Ren. Okay, so Ren is, I believe Ren is let me just check. I think Ren, hold on one second. Ren, you are a Leo Ren. So welcome, fellow Leo. So Ren's question is, should she stay or go? Should she stay in this relationship that she's in, or should she go? Okay. One thing I want to say to Ren, the first thing I want you to know, Ren, I never make decisions for anybody. I never, ever, ever am going to make a decision for you. I will tell you the information, and based on the information that I tell you, you have to determine if you should stay or go. But one of the things I'm going to tell you right now, I looked at your astrology chart. You have Libra. I believe Libra is your rising, okay? That's why you're very attracted to me, because I'm also a rising as well, like you. So Ren, you, like I said to many other Leos, okay, this full moon in Cancer has really affected Leo on a very big level. And I know that because I'm a Leo, and you all saw me going through what I went through these past few days. So I'm really strongly getting for you that you may be also in this place where something is coming to the surface now, and you can't run from it anymore, okay? That's something that I noticed with Leo for these past few days. Something's happening where something in your relationship is not consistent, or you're seeing the fact that there's something emotionally that's not consistent, I honestly feel because you have Pluto in Libra, you will encounter throughout your lifetimes ups and downs in your relationships. Because one of the things that you're learning right now is what a true relationship is. What Pluto does, when Pluto is in any sign or house, it kind of forces us to go through a transition in that area. It's happening in your 12th house, but it's near your ascendant. So it really affects you on a deep level. Your relationships really affect you on a deep level. And you often may find that there's this constant like up, down, change. Things are great and then they're not great. Things are great and then they're not great. So to be honest with you, what I believe, I think you are going to walk away from this. I think you're going to choose to walk away from this because there's someone better coming in. And I said this to everybody because a lot of you have the same charts. A lot of you who got a personal reading, you're either like a rising Libra or you're a rising Scorpio. No, rising Libras. We had, I think we also had like a rising Capricorn, but most of you are rising Libras or rising Virgo. And your transition is going to happen this year. You're going to meet someone else. And a lot of you who've gotten personal readings from me, you're going to meet this person in April of this year. April of this year in spring, you're going to meet someone. So this person that you're with now, I don't see you staying with them, to be honest with you. Because this full moon has really kind of showed you what's really going on. So let's do your reading, okay? Let's do your reading. Ren is a Leo, by the way, so this may resonate with you. Okay. Tell me about Ren. Past, present, and future, plus advice for Ren. Yeah, you know what I feel, Ren? I'm going to be honest with you. I feel a very sad energy. Real sad energy. Like a down energy. Instantly. Okay. There's this energy of hopelessness. There's this energy of like, this again. That's what I'm feeling like. Oh no, this again. This full moon in Cancer is showing people that they can't hide from their feelings anymore. Like, you can only lie about how you feel about something for so long. It's going to eventually come to the surface. And that's what this full moon, that's what this full moon's doing. It's like there's this down, this like, oh no. There's an energy here of like, I'm just going through the motions. I'm just going through the motions. And when we start to be in this energy of just going through the motions and just doing something, and it's almost like we're a slave to it, it's not a happy feeling, okay? I want it to be more positive, but there's this kind of like, there's already a done energy. Like, I'm just going through the motions, okay? So let's see for Ren. What's happening for Ren, past, present, and future? Ren, what's happening with Ren? Yeah, it's a very like hopeless, it's a very down energy. Oof, okay. Yeah. You see, in the past, you were really in your head about this. 9 of Wands. You've already given up, like 9 of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. You've already given up on this, Ren. You've already given up on this. You already have been checked out. You already have been checked out. Okay. In the past, you were constantly in this place of like hermit mode. You know, what situation in your life is asking you to look within? So you were forced to kind of go within and to really think about the past and to really think about, you know, do I still want to have this? Do I still want this? Is this part of my destiny? Is this part of my purpose? Because I don't feel like this is a part of my destiny or purpose. Okay. In the present moment, 8 of Swords, you feel stuck. You feel like you can't move. You feel there's something about this relationship where it doesn't fulfill you. Like there's a lack of fulfillment. There's this energy of feeling stuck. There's this energy of I can't leave. I can't get out of this. It's hard. I can't. It's like you feel stuck. And you, like I said, you already have given up on this. You've already given up. This is just confirmation. I'm just doing confirmation. I'm not making the decision for you. It's just a confirmation. And it's going to help you to really see what's going on. But you're stuck right now. You're in this place of like, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, you're blind. You can't see. What situation in your life is holding you back? You may feel like this relationship is holding you back. You may feel like this person's holding you back. There's something here about I want to do more. I want to be more. And there's this like constant, like, I don't want to say nitpicking, but there's this constant like, see, this doesn't work. That doesn't work. And everything lines up, right? You know, 10 things go wrong and you're like, see, that's why I shouldn't be here. That's why this isn't working out. That's why this is happening. So something is coming to the surface for you. Something's coming to the surface. It's there. There's no lying. There's no pretending anymore. And that's why I said to you guys, with this full moon in Cancer, it's forcing you to see your emotions and feel them. You know how we go every day through life and we're like, do-do-do, do-do-do, oh, that's fine. Oh, do-do-do, do-do-do, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. Okay. And then reality slaps you in the face. Reality slaps you in the face. There's something you can't run from anymore. It's bothering you. And that's why you want to go. That's why you want this situation to come to an end. What's going to happen in the near future, Queen of Swords, you're going to stand up for what you believe is good for you. You're going to be honest. It says, what situation in your life do you need to be honest with yourself about? You have to be honest. You have to be honest. If you're in a place and it's not making you happy, if you are in a place where you're not happy and something isn't making you feel good, you have to be honest with yourself about it. There's no lying. There's no, it will get better and then it doesn't get better, right? So in the near future, I'm going to tell you about the Queen of Swords because this is the energy that it looks like you're going to be in. The Queen of Swords doesn't care. She's very... First of all, the Queen of Swords is a complete opposite of Leo. Queen of Swords is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And I'm going to explain to you how those energies work. These type of women, Queen of Swords, they don't play. These women don't play. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, these women don't play. When they're done with you, they're done. They will cut you off. They will tell you straight in your face, look, I don't love you anymore. I don't want to be with you. This is why. Okay? So this is the type of energy you're going to be in. Let me just check your sun, your moon, rising. One moment. You're a rising Libra, so you are the Queen of Swords. You see, I feel in a way, Ren, I don't want to say you've been lying to yourself, but there's something about this relationship. You were in this relationship and things like red flags were showing up and you were like, oh no, it's okay. Like, it's fine. It will get better. Oh no, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. And that's the problem. That's the problem today. When somebody shows you who they really are, the true reality of who they are, you can stand up for them. You can stick up for them. You can say, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's going to get better. But the reality, if you really want to know the truth, the reality is that you can't run from that. It's going to be there. If someone's a liar, they're just a liar. There's no, I lied to you once, but I'm never going to lie to you again. No, like you're a liar, you're a liar. You're lazy, you're lazy. You're a cheater, you're a cheater. I'm not saying that that's what your partner's done. I'm just giving you examples, right? So Queen of Swords is someone who doesn't play. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They will tell you in your face, like it is. It is what it is. And you're going to be honest because you're done. You're done. You're giving up on something here that's making you feel stuck, held back. If you're constantly questioning the relationship, then it's just not for you. Okay. And you have the Queen of Wands. There you are again. I feel like I said in April, you're going to meet someone. Okay. But if you're still holding on to something that doesn't satisfy you or doesn't make you feel good, then you need to be honest with yourself. The Queen of Wands advice here is telling you that it's time for you to focus on what you're passionate about. If you're in a relationship and you're not passionate about it, then why are you there? What are you passionate about and ready to create? What are you passionate about? What are you ready to create? Being in an energy of feeling stuck, uncertain, it's actually telling you something. It's like when somebody is not feeling well, people say, oh, I don't want to get sick. But the sickness is showing you what needs to change. So what Spirit is saying to you is in the future, you're going to be very honest about how you feel, which is going to lead to you possibly cutting this person off or cutting them out of your life. And it's going to make room for you to start focusing on what you're passionate about. You could be somebody who does like art, or you could be someone who does something where you're passionate. There's something that you love to do and you haven't been able to do what you love because of this situation. It's been holding you back. Okay. And again, because the full moon was in Cancer happening for you and your, I believe it was 10th or 9th house that happened for you. Again, it doesn't matter where it's happening in your chart at this point, but it's the energy that comes with the moon that I'm more or less focusing on, okay? So your passion, that's what you need to be focusing on. That's what you need to be focusing on. If you're doing something and you're not passionate about it, it's just gonna lead to melancholy, depression, and sadness, and then feeling ultimately stuck, okay? So to avoid this, you need to be honest with yourself. If you feel you're done, you're done. There's nobody is going to come and say, break up with this person, don't be with them, because that's your decision. And I have no power or authority to tell you break up with this person. I can just show you what the energies are, and it looks like you're going to be choosing to leave this. I mean, this is not fun energy here. That's not fun. Hermit and the Eight of Swords, it's like melancholy. And I was feeling that before I even pulled those cards. Remember? I was like, oh, I'm feeling this down, this sadness, it's this very stuck energy. It's almost like I can't breathe. Okay? And like I said, you've already given up. You've already given up on this. 9 of Wands in reverse is I'm done. I gave too much chances. I tried to make this work. 7 of Cups, you're done with the confusion, right? So that's what I'm feeling for you, okay? You're going to be ending things or breaking up or disconnecting and focusing on what you love. And you see the Queen of Wands, she's single. You see the Queen of Swords, she's single. Like both these energies are of someone who's single and just doing their own thing. Because sometimes, you know, when we're with certain people, their energy can really affect us on a very deep level, okay? So that's what I have for you, Ren. I hope that helped. We're going to move on to the next. So Marianne is going to be the next person that we're going to be reading for, and Marianne is a Libra. And Marianne's question is, she wants to know this person she's been dating has been on and off with her. And she wants to know, like, is this person the real deal? Is she just, you know, is this person just playing games with me? Do they want me? Why are they on and off? I need more clarity on this. And Marianne is a Sagittarius, okay? And you know what I find really beautiful for you, Marianne? Your sun is in the 7th house, which is telling me that you, in this life, what you strive for the most, what you deeply want is you want a relationship. That's what you want. And that's what you're looking to have, right? There's this really strong energy of karmic here, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. I feel this is a karmic. I don't feel like this is somebody that you're meant to be with. I'm going to see what the energies say here. Tell me about Marianne. This person that Marianne is dealing with, are they a karmic? Are they a soulmate? What's going to happen past, present, and future? And what's the advice? Okay? So It's very clear to me you need a relationship. It's something that makes you wake up every day. Wherever your sun is in your astrology chart is where your soul wants to be. Okay. So if somebody is on and off with you, it's for me, without even questioning, when something is on and off, it's an indication to me that it's a karmic, oftentimes. Okay. I could be wrong depending on the cards. We're going to see. Tell me about Marianne. Tell me about Marianne. You know what they're telling me? This is going to be a really easy reading. It's very clear. You're going to know. You already know. They're telling me you already know. You already know. First card, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you rushed into things with this person. I feel you rushed into things with this person. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. This person that you're dealing with is immature, okay? And that's why it's very easy. It's very easy, okay? It's an easy energy. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you rushed into things with this person. I feel something here that was supposed to take time didn't. Page of Cups is also an indication of immaturity or a lack of being able to emotionally give 100%. In the present moment, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So you see, you're not getting the type of love from this new love that you're expecting. There's a lack of fulfilling energy here. There is a lack of true love or feeling loved. Okay. So I think the biggest thing you're learning here right now, Marianne, is not to rush into things without getting to know somebody. Okay. Even though this person may look good or there may be something physically you're attracted to, that's a level of karmic, okay? A real soulmate, when a soulmate comes into your life, it's not always about physical appearance. Sometimes soulmate comes in and they're nothing like the person that you really want to be with. They're nothing like the person that you're actually attracted to. So with the Ace of Cups being here in reverse, it's indicating to me that there's a lack of fulfillment because you rushed into something too quickly, okay? In the near future, you have the Six of Cups. This person's going to keep coming back. They're going to keep being in and out with you. That's what a karmic does. A karmic makes you, first of all, a karmic is somebody who, first of all, you're extremely physically attracted to them. You're constantly, in this place of like, why are they on and off with me? Why are they in and out? But it's infatuation. A karmic is infatuation. It's, ooh, I like this person's eyes. Ooh, this person's sexy. Ooh, this person like has amazing intimacy with me. But it's never, it's a very superficial. So how do you know if somebody's a karmic or somebody's a soulmate? Well, a karmic is somebody it's a very superficial love. It's superficial. It's not deep. So the question you need to ask yourself is this relationship deep? And a deep relationship is not going to be one that's in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. This person's going to continue to play in and out, in and out, in and out, Six of Cups, until you learn. What you're learning right now is not to rush into things, but to get to know somebody on a deeper level, not to be just attracted to somebody because of the way they look or what they say to you. Not to be attracted to somebody because, again, it feels good. It needs to be deeper. There has to be a deeper connection, and your reading is not going to be long because it just is what it is. There's no needing to go deeper in this because it's there. The information is there. Knight of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse. That's why, you know why this love never got off the ground? You know what the problem is? Every time you think it's going to go somewhere, it doesn't. Because it's just not for you. When we jump into relationships and we don't know the person or we don't really know who we're dealing with, that's what leads to chaos and problems. And this is why, again, I'm going to repeat myself, and I know I sound very repetitive. We need to know ourselves and we need to know who we're dealing with. If you don't know this person's astrology, if you don't know who this person is, it makes it a lot harder to have that connection. If you're dating anybody, you should know their sun, their moon, their rising. You should know their human design. You should know their nakshatra. You should know all of those things. And if the answer is no and you don't know any of that, that's why it's not working. That's why it's not working, okay? So the Six of Cups here in the near future is telling me that you're learning from something from your past. There's something from your past that keeps coming back, which is this person who's very on and off with you, and you need to learn from this, okay? Bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups. So this person's immature. They just can't give you what you need, and that's another sign of someone being a karmic. What a karmic will do, and it's interesting, right? Because when you see this image, I'm going to show you what you don't see coming. Just take a look at this Page of Cups. So it's a little child, right? Or a little boy. And the boy has like a fishing rod, and look, there's that cup, which is this cup in the present moment. It's upside down. You know what this person does to you, Marianne? I'm going to be honest with you, and you may not like what I'm about to tell you, but you all know, like, I'm not here to make stuff up. I'm here to read the energies, let you know what it is, and move on. That's it. This person reels you in like a fish. They throw their hook, they reel you in, and then they throw you back. They throw their hook, they reel you in and throw you back. And it's a karmic, it's a lesson. That's exactly what this person does to you. And you hate it. It's annoying, it's frustrating, right? It's super, super, super frustrating. So there's a very strong energy here of being on the hook with this person, being thrown back in, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And this comes down to one thing, and we're going to pull your advice in a minute. It comes down to one thing, self-respect. This is why the full moon happened in Cancer, because it's about emotions, full, enough is enough. Emotions, full, enough is enough. That's what's happening, right? So now you're in a place where you're like, enough is enough, man. What's going on here? Why does he keep doing this to me? Why do they keep doing this to me? What's going on? Why do I feel like, you feel like you're almost chasing something, right? It's like, and then you can never get it. The lesson you're learning is to get to know someone first. Get to know the person first. Do not rush. Something's telling me this person's immature or younger than you as well, okay? So what's your advice? The moon. And I was just talking about the moon, right? When you feel enough is enough, you got to be honest with yourself, okay? The question you need to ask yourself is, what situation in your life do you feel is secretly being hidden from you? So you're either not seeing something for what it is, or you're choosing not to see it for what it is. If someone's a karmic and they're in and out, you need to just be honest. Do not run from your emotions. Express your emotions. If this person's on and off, don't just smile in their face and say, hey, when they come back out of nowhere, hey, how's it going? No, be honest. Hey, what's up? Like, are we going to be together? Are we not? Are we going to are we together? Are we not? What's the deal? What's the deal? The quicker you learn to accept your emotions and your feelings, the quicker you're going to be able to be honest with yourself, and the quicker this is not going to continue, okay? But if you continue to lie and not listen to your emotions, when I say when you continue to lie to yourself about how you feel, that's why it's leading to a lot of on and off here. This is a karmic, okay? It's a karmic. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's a karmic, okay? Page of Cups, reeling you in and then throwing you back like a fish. If that's what you like, stay there. If you don't like that, you need to find self-respect, okay? Self-respect is where it's at for you. Okay, that's your biggest piece of advice, and listening to your inner voice and to listen to your emotions. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Before I let you go, Miriam or Marianne, I want to talk about your luck. So Jupiter is going to be in your 11th house. So your focus for this year is about your dreams, your hopes, your dreams. You know, being involved and being around people that are like-minded like you, and being in a community of people that are like-minded like you. So that could be something that is your top priority right now. And there's no need for you to look for a relationship, because the relationship is it's just going to come to you, because it's part of your soul's destiny. It's just going to naturally come to you. You don't have to fight for it, because the sun is in the 7th house. Okay, so that's what I have for you. And again, if any of you have any questions, like if I forgot something in your reading, I know some of you, I didn't mention Jupiter too much. I think for some of you I missed that, but again, if I miss something, you have access to me for the rest of my life. As long as I'm living, I can help you at any time. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next person. Cynthia, you're up, Cynthia. I know Cynthia. I saw Cynthia in the comments. Are you here, Cynthia? So Cynthia is asking about whether or not her ex is going to come back. Okay, there's been an on and off relationship, I guess, with your ex, and I think you said your ex is with they're with someone else now. One of the things I see in your chart, first of all, your North Node is in the 7th house, so so your direction in life is to have a partner. That's what your direction in life is. So you're striving in this life to be in a relationship, to be in a partnership as a North Node, okay, in the 7th house. What you need to be careful of, Cynthia, is to create balance between your relationships and yourself. Okay? Okay? So, for example, Aries and Libra, actually the nodes astrologically in 2023 are going to change from Taurus, Scorpio to Aries, Libra. And I'll talk about that on my other channel. When I have a chance, I'll go over there and do that. So for you, that's going to be the biggest challenge of your life. And we can see that in astrology, where we're headed, what's the direction that we're headed to, where are we coming from? And that's another topic for another video. But for you, one thing you need to learn, Cynthia, is you don't need to fight. You know why you don't need to fight? Because when something is a part of your destiny, it's just going to flow. It's not going to be something that you have to get angry, fight, get mad, get upset, be in this kind of low frequency. You know what I mean? Like being in this low frequency. So when something is for you, it shows up in a way where it's like fun, it's nice, it's sweet, it flows, it's relaxing. You know that feeling where you're doing something and it just flows and you're like, wow, this feels good. I feel like I'm meant to be here. I don't have to fight for this. I don't have to get angry. I don't have to get mad. The truth is, when we're in this energy of fighting, being angry, being mad, blaming, putting others down, you know what it leads to? It leads to showing the universe that you don't have control. You think you have control. That's the ego, right? The ego is, I have control. I can choose to be with whoever I want. I can have whoever I want. But the truth is, that's not the case. Sometimes you see people in relationships that they're with somebody that they never thought they were going to be with. They never thought they were going to be, like I know for me, for example, my partner, I never thought I was going to be with him. Never, because he's not the type he is the type that I go for, but at first I was like, I don't think that this is going to be. And that's, a lot of people have that, right? So the point that I'm making for you is, if you want the truth, and that's why you're here, because you all know I don't have time to beat around the bush. I don't have time to mince my words. You got to let go. You got to let go. Okay? If something is for you, it's just going to be. It's not going to be, you don't have to punch, fight, argue, get mad, get angry, because that's not your true essence. Our true essence as human beings is love. We're just so occupied in this world of ego. It's ego. That's what it is. And it's a tough pill to swallow, trust me. Because you don't want to be wrong, right? You want to be right. We all want to be right. But you know what's right? Love. That's it. Love. And I said this about, exes. I say this all the time about exes. There's no reason for us to be angry, upset. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, you say, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay. You don't want to be with me? Fine. Somebody out there is going to want to be with me. I don't have to fight. I don't have to argue. I don't have to get mad. I don't have to hold a grudge. I don't even have to say anything to this person. All you have to do is respect this person and say, you know what? I respect your decision. I respect that you don't want to be with me. I respect that you want to move on with someone else, because when you do that, the real person that's meant to be with you is going to come in. I'm going to give you an example, and I always use this analogy. The analogy is, if I want a new vehicle, I cannot have an old, dumpy vehicle that's rusting, that cannot get me from point A to point B in my parking space. I need to remove the old car, except that I cannot have this old car here, so I can make room for the right car, okay? And I don't like to use materialistic things when it comes to people, but that's the best way I can do it, because yes, we're spiritual, but we're living in a physical world, and we still have to, accept that we're physical beings to experience the physical reality, okay? So the first thing here, I'm going to get into your reading. The first thing here is acceptance, okay? That's the first thing. Because if we're in this hatred, pain, anger, that's not love. That's ego. That's ego, okay? And again, I know you're going to say, oh, no, but he's the one. He's supposed to be with me. If he's going to be with you or meant to be with you, there's no fighting. It's just being. You know how an animal just bees? You know how an animal, like a bird, doesn't think? The bird just goes. The bird just goes and dives into the ocean, grabs the fish and eats it. There's no like, oh, I have to do A plus B plus this, and then there's none of that. It just is. Okay? So love, real love just is. There's no, well, you did this to me, you did that. Like when people come on the channel and they put me down. Oh, I used to like you. Well, if you don't, am I supposed to fight you because you don't love me anymore? Am I supposed to, just think about that. Just think about that for a second. If you're angry, upset at me, you think that's going to make me want to be with you? It's not. Because it's just pure anger, hatred. Nobody wants to be with someone if there is this energy of madness, a hatred, anger. We must be in love. We must be in love. When I talk about love, I'm not saying physical like love. I'm saying love of just accepting, appreciation. You may not agree with this person. You may not like what this person is saying. You may not like the fact that this person's with someone else and not with you. Okay? But it's teaching you and learning you to be in love, unconditional love. How are you supposed to attract love if you don't know what unconditional love is? And that's why I say to you guys, even if you are mad at your ex and you don't like your ex, do not be in this energy on them. because you're attracting that. That's what you're bringing. Imagine if you meet somebody who's in the same energy like that, and all day they talk about their ex. Oh, this my ex. Oh, that my. And you're on a new date with this person, by the way, and they're just, oh my ex. Oh my ex. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. And you're creating that. You're creating that, right? Thank you, Danny, for the donation. Thank you so much. So this is what you're learning right now. And you know why you're in this energy? Because it's teaching you that when the new person comes in, you're not going to be in that energy. You cannot be in that energy if you want real love. There's an energy of, the first thing I'm going to recommend to you is writing a letter to your ex and saying, look, this is how you made me feel, but I'm learning to release that now. I'm learning to accept and release and move on. And I accept that you're with someone else, and I'm happy for you. I'm wishing you all the best. And when you do that, it cuts this cord, because there's a cord now of hatred, anger, pain between you and them, and it's blocking you from finding the real love that you truly deserve. That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay? And you may, when you first watch this, you're going to say, no, 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 Monica, no. And there's that, first there's the period of denial, right? The period of, no, 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 it's not true. No, 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 no. And then you think about it and you're like, wow, that makes sense. And then you start to accept. And when you start to accept, it leads you to this place of finally being able to be free. Because your North Node is in the 7th house. You're meant to have and be in a relationship. It just may not be with this person. And sometimes you have to go through that first in order to meet the real one. Because when the real one comes in, there's no more games. When the real one comes in, there's no more games. Tell me about Cynthia, past, present, and future for love. Tell me about Cynthia, past, present, future. Is this person coming back? Are they not coming back? What's happening? Also, you have, in April, you're going to meet someone new. Okay, again, you're a rising. You're a rising Libra. So your 7th house this year is going to be activated. So Jupiter is going to cross over your North Node, and you need to be in this positive energy. You first have to release your ex. That's the first thing you have to accept. And I'm not saying they're not going to come back. They may come back, but are you willing to wait? You know, are you willing? Because I've heard stories where people were with other people and they come back. Sometimes it happens like that, but let's see. Past, present, and future for Cynthia. Past, present, and future for Cynthia. In the past, you have the King of Wands here. You were really in love with this person. They were the one. This person had very similar ideals to you. Very handsome and attractive person that you were dealing with. This was the one. Okay. In the present moment, you have the 6 of Swords. So they left or you left. There's a reason why this person left. There was too much drama. There was too much chaos. There was too much arguing, fighting, temperance. There was a lack of patience between you and this person. Somebody, either you or this person, constantly was trying to be in control. Okay. So there's a very strong energy, Cynthia, of this person removing themselves from you. Okay. Or you removing yourself from them. Somebody here is trying to control. And remember, I told you, for me, and this is just my opinion, I believe in God. I believe there's some sort of supreme being, okay? And again, this supreme being is not something we can see. It's an energy. I call it the force, okay? You can call it the force of God. You can call it spirit. You can call it the divine. You can call it whatever you want, okay? Not everyone's going to agree with what I'm saying, but that's my personal opinion. And what I've learned in my life is I don't have control. I don't. As much as we like to think, oh, we're in control, there's a higher power. Yes, there's a higher power, okay? So the reason why this happened to you was because you are either somebody who's constantly trying to control, and when things don't go your way, it goes the opposite, because it's trying to show you, look, it's not up to you. What's meant for you is meant for you. And there's a deep-seated feeling inside of you, Cynthia, that you want a relationship. There's this deep, like, I want to be with someone, and that's okay. That's okay that you want to be with someone. That's where you're supposed to be. But it's only going to happen when you create balance between yourself and your relationships. Do you understand? Yourself and your relationships. That's what you're learning. This year, you're going to start working on yourself a lot. This year, it's like you're going to be working on yourself. And the people that you attract into your life are going to be a reflection of who you are. So when you attract, I feel you're going to attract someone who is similar to you, and they're going to mirror you. And then you're going to better understand and overstand why certain things are happening to you. And that's why this person left, because they're making room for you to learn and move on to what is really meant for you and what is for you. Okay? So in the near future, you have the Magician. Remember I said working on yourself? The Magician is about being able to manifest and create the type of reality that we want. So what you're learning, the reason why this person left is because they're trying to show you what you need to work on and change within yourself. Okay? Because again, your whole life is about how you deal with your relationships and how your relationships deal with you. There needs to be a balance here. That's what you're learning. And even though deep within you, you're like, I want a relationship, I want this, I want that, there's still lessons here that need to be learned. So in the near future, the important message for you is what thoughts and actions are creating my reality. So are you thinking negatively? Are you trying to control? Are you trying to be in this place of thinking you're always right? Are you in this place of ego all the time? Oh, he shouldn't be with her, he should be with me. But who says that? You? Or is that what God wants? Is that what Spirit wants? I'm going to tell you something, okay? And I don't tell a lot of people this. You know what real power is? I'll tell you what real power is. Real power is when we realize we don't have power. When you can accept that you don't have control, you automatically become more powerful. Okay? But when you're in this place of, oh, I'm right, this is how it needs to be. No, letting go is where your energy needs to be. Letting go. Okay, that's fine. It's like, I'm going to use this analogy. And and if you don't like death or you don't like talking about death, I'm sorry, but I'm getting a download for you. When we pass on and we die, we have to let go. You see this body I'm in right now? I'm not going to be in this body forever. This body, okay, is temporary. Love is temporary. This life is temporary. Money is temporary. Cars are temporary. Physical items are temporary. Part of you being able to find and be in power and be in true love and find your partner, you have to let go. You gotta let go. You gotta let go. The first thing you gotta do is look around you and see what you appreciate. What do you appreciate? Get out of this energy of he shouldn't be with her, he should be with me, he did this or she did this or they did this, or you got to get out of that, because that's not love. That's just, no, I'm supposed to have it. It's mine. But when you die, what are you going to say? You're going to say when you're in spirit, when you're no longer in this body, no, that's my body. No, that's my body. That's my body. I need to be there. That's my, no, it's not. It's temporary. Relationships, temporary. Family, temporary. I could be your child in this lifetime, and next lifetime I'm not your child, right? So everything's an experience. And that's what you're learning. And that's what is happening in the near future for you. Magician is, I have the power to create. I have the power to create my destiny. I have the power to create my desires. I have the power to, focus on what I want to create. And that starts with letting go and realizing that we don't always have control. And patience. You need to be patient with yourself and others. If something doesn't go the way you need it to go, it means it's not meant to go in that direction now, for now. Okay, and that can change. Your advice here is the 9 of Wands. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on the idea of love. I know sometimes you say, oh, if I'm not with him, I don't want to be with anybody. But you don't know what God is bringing in for you. You don't know what Spirit's bring. And you know what? This year is a big year for you. And I don't want to see you miss out because you're still holding on to something you don't have control over. So don't give up. You're really close. Okay? The important message for you is what are you determined to achieve in your life that you're about to give up on? You see? So you could be in this place of, if I can't be with him, I don't want anybody. But it's not up to you. It's not up to you. And you can say all day, yes it is, yes it is. I'm in control, and you're not. You know why you're not in control? Because when your time comes and you gotta go, you gotta go. You cannot fight death. You cannot fight transition. You cannot fight change. What needs to be will be, period. End of story. You're not in control. We're in control of some things. We have free will, yes, but not everything is up to us, okay? And I think that's what you're learning, all right? So Cynthia, this is what I have for you. I see somebody coming in for you, but it's gonna be somebody new, and somebody is coming in that's a part of your destiny, okay? I don't think that this person is the one. Are they gonna come back? I don't think so. I think someone new is coming in, okay? So we're gonna move on to the next person. I think we have 3 more readings to do, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a moment. Girl, Perpy Girl is the pseudonym. Perpy Girl. And yeah, you guys, and I just want to stop and acknowledge everyone and say, you know, thanks for being here and thanks for all your kind comments and your patience with me. So we're going to be doing 3 more readings, and we're going to be doing Perpy Girl now. And Perpy Girl, I believe, is a Libra. Let me take a look. Perpy Girl question that was asked was, what is my destiny? What am I supposed to do in my life? And what I look at is I look at your 10th house to see what's aspecting the 10th house and what, you know, what's happening there. Okay. So what's transiting there, what's aspecting there. Also where Jupiter is. Jupiter for you is going to be in your 6th house. Okay. So anything related to service, anything related to serving other people, is something where you should be, like, you know, if you want to do dentistry or you want to do something where you're serving people in some sort of way. You have the North Node in the 10th house with Jupiter. So anything that you do career oriented is gonna benefit you. But how do we look deeper into that? We look deeper into that and we see what's aspecting. So you have a stellium in the 12th house. So what does that mean astrologically? Well, astrologically, a stellium anywhere means that's where most of your energy is. So one of the things that I said to a lot of you, because I know there was like 3 of you who asked about career and all of that. First and foremost, we're going into a new age. So the traditional way of working is not going to be the same. I think you did mention you're from Hong Kong, and I know, you know, people in Hong Kong usually have a traditional way of working. There's a traditional way of doing business, and you may feel stuck in a way where you want to do business or you want to do something, but you don't know because nothing is calling you. The truth is, and this may sound weird, but you're meant to do something spiritual. You could even work like in, you know, jails or work in hospitals. That's the traditional way of doing things. But I feel for you, it's more spiritual. So doing like, you know, psychic work or doing something like Reiki or doing something that's related to the 12th house. So I have a little bit of homework for you. Okay. And your homework is this. You need to look at the North Node. So you need to look at the North Node in your 10th house. So your North Node, Virgo. Okay. So you need to study North Node, Virgo, 10th house, or you can look up North Node, 10th house. Okay. And you also need to look up the 12th house. See how the 12th house and the 10th house relate. The reason why you're having this push and pull energy is because the 12th house is related to Pisces and the 10th house is related to Virgo, which are two opposing signs. Okay. So there's a need for you to really connect and remember that you're not going to be in the traditional way of working, because the 12th house is things that we don't see. Working, for example, you may think that this is weird, but working with the dead or working with things that are unseen are something that you should consider doing. Okay. And you have Jupiter in the 10th house. So anything that you do, I always say it should be something that you love and that you enjoy doing. Okay. So let's do your reading. Let's see what energies are surrounding you at this time when it comes to your career. Tell me about Perpy Girl's career and what is needed to be known here. And what I'm getting for you, I'm getting, let me just take a look. Do with relationships as well would be something that you should consider doing. Okay. Yes, Cynthia, that's right. I'm glad you sent a message, and that's very true. Okay. So Perpy Girl, for you, you have a stellium in the 12th house in Libra. So anything to do with relationships, anything to do, I even see you working on like wills and estates. Like if you're someone who's into law, you can do wills and estates. Anything legal would be really good for you. Anything related to a career. Tell me about Perpy Girl and her career, past, present, and future. Advice. Something to do with law. Anything to do with law. 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So, where you would be really good, where your energy would be good at litigation or helping people who are kind of like battling, helping people to overcome relationship difficulties. You'll be really good at that. Anything to do with relationships, perfecting relationships. You could be a relationship advisor. You'd be really good at that. Okay. King of Swords in reverse, okay, is your card in the past. The reason why it's been so difficult for you to figure out what you want to do is because you're not clear. You need to get clear on what you love doing. And you also need to get clear on who you are. And I also mentioned for many of you, and I'm going to say this again, because, we're all here learning together and we're all here to strive. If you're not clear on something and you don't know what you want, it's not going to come in. You know why things in our life that we want don't happen and they don't manifest? They don't happen and manifest because we're not clear in our mind, in our head, in our being to really know what's happening and what's taking place. So you need to get clear. That's something that you failed to do in the past. You have the 4 of Cups in the present moment. You have tons of offers or opportunities coming in and you're ignoring them or you're not open to them. If you are a left angle in human design, okay, and again, if you don't know your human design, if you don't know your nakshatra, if you don't know your astrology, then how are you supposed to know who you are and what direction you need to go into? You need to know your human design, because if you're a projector, well, you need to be invited to do things. You can't just go and just do stuff. If you're a manifesting generator, you need to be able to speak up and use your voice and create and do the things that you want. If you're a generator, you're somebody here who's just meant to create. So you have offers in the present moment, but you're ignoring them, okay? There's certain people that are going to come into your life, especially in the present moment, who are going to offer opportunities to you. You need to be present. You need to be prepared. You need to recognize, or people need to recognize you, okay? When somebody makes an offer to you, you need to clearly understand, and overstand if this is something that you want. Is it something that you really want? And if it's not, then you're going to know what opportunity is for you and what isn't. Okay. Near future, you have the Fool. I see you traveling or taking a leap of faith. You have Aquarius is ruling your second house, and Neptune is there. You need to be careful with your money. There could be a lot of ups and downs with your money. There could be a lot of illusion connected to money. Make sure that if you are taking classes or you're doing something where you're paying, make sure it's something that you love and you enjoy doing, okay? I see part of you being able to make money has a lot to do with leaving the country that you're in, maybe traveling to another country, you know, taking a course or getting educated, doing something in related to that, because the Fool is about travel, but it's also about taking that leap of faith. You see how she's on the cliff with her dog and she's, you know, about to jump off a cliff. And this is a metaphor. The Fool is a metaphor. The Fool is a metaphor that if we don't take risk and we don't step outside of our comfort zone, then it won't lead to anything. So what you're being called to do is, if there's opportunities in the present moment that you don't feel are at your level or standard, because you're picky. You have the North Node in the 10th house, and you also have Jupiter there. So you're going to be picky, right? Because Virgo is very, like, she's very analytical. She's very like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. You got to get clear. You got to get clear. If the opportunities in the present moment aren't, you don't feel are good enough for you, you have to step outside of your comfort zone, and that's what I see you doing. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So like I said, I feel like you would be best in helping people in litigation, law. If it's not law and you want something that's less conventional, then it would be more or less something that helps people realign the relationships. I feel you're going to be really good at doing something like that. Okay. And look, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. That's your advice. Your advice is to be open to your destiny. Something I feel this year is going to show you that it's a part of your destiny. You're just going to feel it. It's not something that you have to fight for and you have to, you know, get upset about, or you have to be, you know, it's just something that's going to come in naturally for you. But I feel it's connected to you traveling or going somewhere else. Okay. And if you've been thinking about traveling, this is your confirmation. There's something about traveling, taking a leap of faith, doing something completely different that you never thought you were going to do before. And it says your important message for your advice is what changes are entering your life and how are they a part of your destiny. So you see, changes are going to come in inevitably into your life, and you can choose to ignore them or you can choose to go along with them and be open to them. And that's what I feel is happening for you. And that's why at the bottom of the deck you have the 5 of Wands, because there's no point in you fighting this. You don't need to fight for something. If something's meant to be, it just will be for you. And you're going to feel drawn to it. And remember when I told, I don't know if you watched up until this point, but for you, Perpy Girl, when you want to do something because you like doing it, it's no longer a job. People ask me all the time, they're like, how are you on vacation? You're still working. This isn't work for me. This is fun. This is something I love to do. This is something that I want to do, right? You don't need to. You don't need to get you know, into this energy of like worry and fear because something isn't happening the way that you need to happen. If there's pressure and your family's pressuring you, that could also be another reason why you're being called to step out on your own, you know, with the Fool. Again, traveling. And you may say, oh, I don't have much, or I don't, you know, I see you starting completely new in a different country or a different place. And you're going to see over time that it is a part of your destiny. That's why your advice is a Wheel of Fortune. Go with the flow. If something calls you, like traveling, law, you know, working in an environment where you can fix something. There's something here about fixing, balancing, bringing something here back into balance. That is where your energy should be. Because I feel the offers that are being made in the present moment aren't good enough for you. And you want something more. Okay, so this is what I have for you, Perpy Girl. If you have any questions about your reading, you can contact me at any time and I will clarify anything that I need to. Okay, So we're going to move on. I think there's 2 more signs, and that's going to be it. And then I'm going to be away for a few more days, and then we're going to be going back into our regular schedule, okay? Just give me one second. So you are all very welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Okay, so the next person that we're going to be doing a personal reading for is Renee. And Renee is an Aquarius, and Renee wants to know if she should stay or go. Is the relationship that she's involved in, is it for her? Is it not for her? Is this a karmic? Is this a soulmate? You know, what's the deal, right? I did look at your chart. You said your person's a Leo, Renee, and you have Leo is your 7th house. Leo is your 7th house. Oh, hi, you're here? Oh, great. I love when people are in the chat that are here for their reading. So I just look at your chart, and I feel this person definitely could be somebody who is really meant to be with you, for you. You have your sun, it sits right on your ascendant. So you're somebody who's super positive. You tend to be someone who has a nice, beautiful personality. Outer appearance is like very, very light. You're very light. It's a very light energy that you have. I feel that relationships go through ups and downs. There are moments in time where things can be, you know, intense, but normal relationships have their ups and downs. No relationship is perfect, okay? So I don't feel that this person's a karmic, but then we're going to see what the cards say, because the cards don't lie. So tell me about Renee, and let's see, is this person that she's with, is this her person? Are they a karmic? Are they a soulmate? I feel deep in my heart that you and this person are just going through your ups and downs, but you have to remember, part of you going through your ups and downs, it's forcing you to grow. It's forcing you to grow, because this person, they're directly your opposite. They're directly your, that's why you two are so attracted to each other, because you're so different, but at the same time, so similar. Okay. So tell me about Renee and her person. Tell me about Renee and her person. Renee and her person. Tell me about Renee and her person. I feel, you know what I feel as I'm doing your reading? I feel a beautiful energy. I don't feel anything wrong here. I think you and this person are going through your ups and downs, and I'm going to tell you why. You've gone through a lot, Renee, okay? You are a rising, I believe you're a rising, hold on. Aquarius. Aquarius in 2022 went through one of the most horrific years of their life. 2022 was really intense for Aquarius, okay? And you're a rising Aquarius. And you also have Pluto in your 12th house. So you were dealing with a lot of subconscious issues, okay? And this could have affected your relationship as well, is what I'm getting astrologically. Your person brings light into your life, and you bring light into their life. That's what I'm getting, okay? When things are bad, I don't feel they get that bad. It's just there's ups and downs. And like I said, ups and downs are in all relationships, okay? So tell me about Renee. Let's see. Is this person a karmic? Are they, you know, should Renee stay? Should she go? Like, what's the energy surrounding her relationship right now? What does she need to know? Past, present, and future. And what's the advice? What's really happening? And like I said, Renee is an Aquarius, okay? So you may be an Aquarius, this may resonate. Thanks guys for your kind comments. You don't know how much like it means to me. The kind comments, the love, I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Okay. Thanks so much. Tell me about Renee. Tell me about Renee. Tell me about Renee and her person. Six of Wands, yeah. You know, when you and your person are together, it's like king and queen. That's how it looks. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Look. Crazy, crazy goosebumps. Look at this. My hair is literally standing up. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but I'm in the past when you two were together, like, I don't know, there's something about you and this person. It's like king and queen. And when you're dating a male Leo is a king. Male Leo is a king, okay? And you're also a queen. You know why? Because you have the sun right on your ascendant. So you're actually like a Leo. You're actually like a Leo. You're like a Leo that stands out, okay? Because whatever planet is sitting on your ascendant is really who you really are. That's the planet that's going to influence you. So in the past, you and this person were like on top of the world. People were like, wow, look at this couple, beautiful couple. They look great. They look amazing together. Maybe you and this person even achieved something great together in the past and you both were recognized for it. Okay, that's what I'm seeing happen in the past. Now, in the present moment, you have the Hangman. So something here is either not moving or it's not the same as it used to be. There's something here that's stagnating in the relationship. Maybe this person made you feel one way in the past. Now they don't really make you feel that way. You need to look at this situation from a different perspective, okay? The Hangman is forced. We're forced to not move. We're forced to not strive. We're forced to be in a place of feeling stuck because we need to look at something from a different perspective. The important message here is, what situation in your life do you need to look at from a different perspective? Do you need to take time do you need to take time to step out? Do you need to take time to step out of this place of needing to be in control? Because the Hangman is someone who is not in control. The Hangman is not somebody who's in control. This is somebody who doesn't have, their hands are tied, you see? So in the present moment, the reason why something here is not, moving forward, or it feels stagnant, or it's not working, is because you need to look at it from a different perspective. I feel, and because when I do readings, I don't just look at cards. I go based on what I'm feeling in the reading. I can feel happy. I can feel sad. I can feel uncertain. I can feel joy. I can feel different types of feelings. And that's a part of also listening to your intuition, right? So I feel you and your person are meant to be together. I feel like it is a soulmate relationship. If there's been cheating and lying, which I don't feel, because you didn't mention that, but if there has been cheating and lying, then yes, of course, at that point you should reconsider if you want to be with this person, because I don't do cheating and lying. When you cheat and you lie, there's like a complete X marked on the relationship, in my opinion. I'm not saying everybody is going to agree with what I'm saying, but that's just what I'm saying based on personal experience. And you can take my personal experience with a grain of salt if you want, because I go by on the cards, right? So the Hangman has a lot to do with needing to look at things from a different perspective. Okay? And when you look at this situation from a different perspective, you're going to get a different light. Because I feel if you leave this person, when I say leave, I don't mean break up. I'm saying you don't always need to be together all the time, right? Like, I'll give you an example personally. And I don't like to talk about myself personally, but when I feel like it's needed to help you better connect with the reading, then I'll mention myself. I'm on vacation alone. I haven't seen my partner in 2 weeks. I'm with my partner all the time. So you need to kind of give that space, right? When you give somebody space and you give yourself time to have, fun on your own or do your own thing, it creates this energy of, I miss you. I want to see you. Because something here is stagnant. Something here is not the way it used to be. In the past, it was beautiful. 6 of Wands. People were like, whoa, look at this couple. And now it's just like, flat line. It hit its peak and there's no more anywhere to go. Okay. So I think what you're being called to do in the present moment is to take time out. Don't make rash decisions because you're in the hangman energy and it's Mercury retrograde. And I don't feel like, for some people who had a similar question to you, I felt like it's the end of the rope. But for you, I don't feel that the case. I just think you and this person need space apart temporarily, and then you can make a decision based on that. In the near future, you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be a separation. I think that this, and again, it could be either a separation that happens, which allows, and again, a separation doesn't mean, hey, I'm done with you, we're breaking up. No, it just means, hey, I'm going to do my thing, you do your thing, we'll see each other later, and we'll see, because you need to measure, right? How are you supposed to measure if you want to be with someone and if you're in love with someone, if you don't spend time apart or you don't spend time to kind of give each other space? Now, if this isn't about a separation, because it could be about a separation, but Two of Wands can mean two different things. That's why it's Two of Wands. It could also mean you have to make a decision about whether or not you see this person going on the same path as you. Because the reason why people separate or disconnect is because they're not on the same wavelength. And that could be why there's so much ups and downs between you and this person, because you see things one way and this person sees things another way. And it's always going to be like that. You know why? Because you're a rising Aquarius and he's a Leo. And his sun sits right on your 7th house. So he's constantly looking at things completely different from how you look at things. And it could lead to conflict. So when you're in that type of relationship and you love being with this person, they love being with you, it doesn't mean you break up, because I'm going to break up with you because I think the sky is blue and you think the sky is purple. No, it's just a difference of opinion. Doesn't mean we have to break up because of that, right? Agree to disagree. But when it starts to become everything and you can't accept that, you can't accept each other's differences, that's why it leads to a separation. That's why you have to look at things from a different perspective in the present moment. Right? Because I don't feel it's a breakup. The moon in reverse. I feel this person's gonna tell you the truth, or you're gonna find out the truth, and it's gonna help you to better make a decision about what you need to do. If there is a separation, it's because you need to measure. You need to measure, is this person really for me? Like, while I'm on vacation away from my partner for 2 weeks, I'm measuring how much I love him, and he's measuring how much he loves me. But how am I supposed to measure if I'm with him 24/7, 7 days a week? And you know what happens when you're with someone all the time and you get them all the time, you take them for granted, right? It's like me. If I'm always here all the time, people are not going to appreciate. But when I'm gone, they can measure how much they love me and how much they want me to be here. And I can measure how much I love you and how much I want to be here. So you got to give that space to measure, okay? Your advice here is the Page of Pentacles. Your advice here is to start working on your own skills. Things that you enjoy doing, that you love doing. One of the things that we forget when we're married or we're in partnerships or we're with people, what we forget oftentimes is we forget about developing ourselves. Just because I'm in a relationship doesn't mean I stop developing myself. It doesn't mean I stop working on myself. It doesn't mean that I let myself go. I'm not saying you're letting yourself go. I'm saying that you're learning how to pick up new hobbies, pick up things that you love doing. Because you know what I find? I find people break up because of small, itty bitty, not important things. Why? When your relationship is beautiful. I don't see anything bad here. I really don't. And if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Your advice is to work on your skills. What do you love doing? What do you enjoy doing? You can still have your partner. Your partner's there. He's not going anywhere unless you want him to go somewhere or you want to leave. But the reality is you're going to start some apprenticeship. You could start some, schooling, or you can start doing something that you love. And it's going to kind of take you away from this place of always needing to argue with, him about nothing, about something, Yes. Okay. So Renee is saying not at all. We disagree on so many petty things, and that bleeds over to feel like everything. Yes. But you see, and that's what I'm saying to you. I don't feel this relationship is a relationship that you shouldn't be in. I don't feel that. I feel it's a beautiful, like I'm really feeling it's a beautiful relationship. It's just you have disagreements. There's a strong attraction between you and this person. It's magnetic. You two see each other, you're like, oh, ooh, I love you. Especially the physical, like the physical, you two are very attracted and you look good together. But that's that. And listen, in any relationship that you're in, there is going to be trials. There's going to be the ups, the downs. There's going to be, like, my partner and I are not perfect. I mean, we have our little bickering moments. But I don't turn around and say to my partner, I'm leaving you. There's times when I'm going crazy, right? And my partner's like, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to pass. Babe, I'm going to agree to disagree, babe. I love you. I'm going to agree to disagree on this one, okay? You have your opinion. If you believe the sky is purple, that's okay. I believe it's blue. That's fine, okay? So the advice here is to take time out to work on what you love doing. Step back from this. That's why you're in the hangman mode, because it's forcing you to look at this situation from a different perspective. And when you take time out, like when the bickering starts about little petty things, just say, hey, babe, I'm gonna go in the other room for a little bit. And then we can talk about it later. Okay. And again, if it keeps happening so much that it bothers you, then maybe it's time for you to consider if this relationship is for you. And you may, and again, I'm never going to make a decision for you. You guys have to make your own decisions, because I'm not here to make your decision for you. I'm just here to show you the energy, right? But I personally think it's time for you to step out and work on what you love doing. Hobbies, going back to school. Maybe you want to learn languages. Maybe you want to, have a new skill or something like that. And it's going to take your mind off, because I think what a relationship is about is, it's nice when you do something. It's like when I go home and I see my partner, I'm going to say, hey, this is what I did on vacation, and this is and this is what I experienced, and and my partner's going to say, oh, cool. So it's like, I still have my own life. I still have my own thing. So the question you have to ask yourself is, do you still have your own thing? Do you still have your own thing that you can do, or do you not? And if you don't, then that may be something that you need to consider doing. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what's taking place right now. That's what's causing the issue here. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Renee. We're going to move on to the final person. So we have one more private reading. So thanks for your patience. I'm going to check the chart and I'll be back in a moment. Okay. So I had to save you for last, okay? Because there's something, wow. What you sent me, like the information you sent, wow. What you sent me, like the information you sent me, one moment. So Lauren is the final reading that we're going to be doing. And Lauren, I find Lauren, like, I have to commend Lauren. Lauren, I have to commend you. The message you sent to me was like, wow, I'm so proud of you, Lauren. Lauren, out of everybody who got a personal reading from me, and I did about 15 personal readings while I was here. Hi, Lauren, you're here. Hi, welcome. So I want to say something to you, Lauren, because I'm proud of you. Lauren told me she knows her human design. She knows her nakshatra, which is Mula. I'm also Mula, so we're both Mula. So Mula family here. And Lauren knows who she is. She is learning who she is. And I want you all to take this valuable information that Lauren is learning who she is, and that's what we all should be doing. And that's why she is going to meet somebody amazing and great, because she's learning who she is and what she is, okay? Now, Lauren, you're a Mula, which means you're a very deep person. You're very deep. You're somebody who wants to get to the bottom of things. You want to get to the root of things. I believe you said you were a projector. Is that correct? Projector. So here's the thing about you. You asked if you're going to meet someone new, and yes, you are going to meet someone new. You're going to meet someone new this year. This year. Why? Because you are also, I believe you're a rising Libra, rising Virgo. you're on the cusp. You're like a Virgo, Libra. So again, the placements can be a little bit off, but this year you're going to meet someone because in your 7th house, you have Jupiter in the 7th house. So you naturally, when you meet people and you're in relationships, you benefit a lot from being in a relationship. You benefit a lot from being, but it has to be the right relationship because you're a projector. You need to be invited into a relationship. Someone has to recognize you for who you are. You don't ever have to go outside and say, hey, look at me, be with me. Look at me, be with me. So somebody is just going to see you. They're just going to recognize you and they're going to be like, that's the person I want. And that's how it's going to happen for you. It is a part of your destiny. Jupiter is going to be doing a return. So when you were born, Jupiter was in the 7th house in Aries and it's doing a return now. So when transiting Jupiter sits on your natal Jupiter in astrology, luck, pure luck. You're just gonna boom, meet this person out of nowhere and it's gonna feel right and it's gonna be the right thing. But like I mentioned to a previous viewer who was getting a reading from me was, you're doing all the right things. You're doing all the right things. Trust me. You know your nakshatra. You know your human design. You know your astrology. When you meet people and you're dating them, you need to also know who they are as well too. And it's going to save you so much time, so much energy from having to go through things that you don't want to go through. Okay. So another thing I want to mention to you is, the person that you meet is going to be a part of your destiny, but also make sure that you're not holding on to any grudges from the past. I don't know if you are, I don't think you are, but if you're still holding on to this hatred, anger, upset, or pain, that's something that you may need to release. And you can release that by writing a letter to your ex-partner, or simply just writing how you feel on paper and then burning it, and that's it. And that clears the energy, okay? So let's get into your reading. You've worked on that, good. So you know. And by the way, you're a projector. You're naturally a person who's supposed to guide others. So you already know what you need to do, and you're Mula. As a Mula, you get to the root and core of things. You don't mince. And that's why you're so attracted to this channel, because I don't mince. I just get to the root, I tell you what it is, and we move on. We don't waste, we don't want to waste time, right? So let's get into your reading and let's see what energies are surrounding you, past, present, and future, what the advice is, etc. And remember, this year, if you want, and I know, by the way, it's been 12 years for you since you actually were able to find the right person. I mean, the right people, the right person's going to come in this year. This year's a big year for you. So do not overlook this year, and make sure you're getting out there. You're not like hiding yourself, because a projector, another thing I'm going to tell you before I get into your reading. Okay. Projectors are meant to do what they love. So you may ask yourself, well, how am I going to meet this person? Just do what you love. When you start to focus on doing what you love, this person will naturally find you. But you have to focus on just doing what you love. There's no like, oh, do I have to go online to meet this person? Nope, you don't have to do nothing. All you have to do is just be. And that's it. Tell me about Lauren. Past, present, and future. Who's this new person that's coming in? When are they coming in? What's the advice? What's the information that Lauren needs to know? What's the information that Lauren needs to know about this new person who's coming in? Very lucky year for you. Do not overlook this year. Make sure you're making yourself visible. Do not hide yourself. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to go out on your own. Don't be afraid to show people that you are, because another thing, Lauren, you come across as very perfect. Like you're either very beautiful or there's something about you, like everything is so nice and packaged and looks really good. Don't be afraid to show people that you're human. Don't be afraid to show people that you go through experiences and stuff like that, because that's what's going to create a genuine relationship for you. I think that's what you're looking for. I think one of the things that's been very difficult for you, what I'm getting is that when you meet people, sometimes at first you think, oh, they're great, they're amazing. But then as you kind of get to know them, either there's a lack of genuineness or there's a lack of getting deeper. Don't be afraid to go deep and get to know somebody and all of that. Okay. Lauren is Cancer. Yes. Okay. And also, Lauren, I want to mention to you as well too, for the past 15 years, remember I said 12, 15 years, like a long period of time, you've had a lot of ups and downs in relationships, or a lot of ups and downs because Cancer, your sun has been opposing Pluto for like 15 years. So that's going to move out. That's moving out actually 2023. So you're going to start feeling a lighter sense of energy. Not as much blocked energy, maybe even feeling this like blocked kind of energy. That's going to change as well. And this year is a very big turning point for you. Okay. Very big turning point for you. The right person is going to come in. You don't have to do anything. You're a projector. The person's just going to show up and that's it. You just have to do what you love and be out there. Tell me about Lauren. Ooh. Tell me about Lauren. Tell me about Lauren. First card for you, Lauren, is the Empress. Wow. So, in the past, what happened, you started to become aware of who you were. When the Empress comes out, it's like all women in one for me. When the Empress comes out, she's not just the Queen of Swords. She's not just the Queen of Wands. She's not just the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. She's every woman in one. So what you learned here in the past was you learned how to evolve. You were growing. It says, what is growing and evolving in my life that needs my attention? So you see, you went out of your way to learn who you truly are. And what a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people can learn this from you, is that the more you learn about yourself, the more you're telling the universe, hey, I love myself. Hey, I want to know more about myself. Hey, I want to know what's good for me, what's right for me. How are you supposed to know what's right for you and good for you if you don't know who you are? So that's what you did here in the past, and it's paying off. It's paying off tremendously for you. You also started to work on your appearance in the past, or you started to become more confident and aware of your appearance as well in the past and how you come across to certain people and situations. And that's what's allowed you to grow and become this beautiful, evolved energy, okay? Which is ultimately gonna help you to attract even more. Projectors have to look good. They need to have something to draw people in, okay? So that's maybe something that you also learned here in the past. Present moment, you have the Queen of Swords. So I feel like you are in this place in the present moment where you're learning to be honest with yourself about situations in your life, people, certain situations. And honestly, you know what I'm getting here for you, Lauren? I'm getting a strong, you really have evolved. You really have grown. You've evolved. You've changed. You really have evolved and you've changed. On a big, I don't think you know how much you've changed and you've become, it's like you know what you want in the present moment. You finally are in this place of I don't need to pretend. I don't need to act this way or that way. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know. And you know what? A lot of people ask me, oh, how do I build my confidence? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Now you know who you are. That's why you're more confident. That's why when the right person comes around and if they want to be with you or they don't want to be with you, it's not going to bother you because you know who you are and you know what you have to offer. And you're Mula. Mula is very lucky, by the way. It's a very lucky nakshatra. You're very blessed as well. So in the present moment, Lauren, you are the Queen of Swords. Nobody can lie to you. Nobody can BS you. Nobody can, because you know. You know. Mula is the nakshatra in Vedic. So when we're talking about nakshatras, that's Vedic, it's Eastern, Eastern astrology, and then we have Western. So I'm doing, well, I'm not doing Vedic here, but because Lauren mentioned she knows her Vedic, I said, what? Like, wow, like how do you know this stuff? That's amazing. And that's why you're the Queen of Swords. Tons of confidence, tons and tons and tons of confidence. So this is good. This is really good. So what's coming in the near future for you? The Hermit. You're really going to be contemplating and going within more. Okay. And you know why this is happening? Because you're Mula. You are going to go so deep. You're going to go so deep on learning who you are even more. By the way, like what you're learning is still surface. You can go even deeper. And that's why you have the Hermit here. Because deep down inside, you're still in this place of learning about who you are. But you know what the beautiful thing is? You know why you're going to go through this? Because when the right person, and you're going to know when the right person comes in because you're going to research them. You're going to start researching them because as a Mula, you never leave any rock unturned. What do I mean by that? I mean, you're constantly digging for information. Yes, Mula is a deep person in Vedic. So the Hermit here is talking about you learning how to go deep within yourself so that when the person that you're meant to be with comes in, you can go deep on them too. And then you're going to know if that person's for you so you don't waste your time. And that's the next level. So you may think, oh, I know my human design. I know my astrology. I know my X, Y, and Z. But do you know about your partner? Now you know what you need to do so you don't waste time. So what's coming in the near future for you is you're learning how to go deep, which is naturally what you're meant to do. So because the right person's coming, they're going to come. They're coming very soon. I would say April is going to be a very important month for you. April is a big month for everybody with rising, if you're rising Virgo, rising Libra, rising Scorpio, April this year until next year is a huge month for you. Okay. Huge year for you in general. 9 of Pentacles is your advice. Wow. Wow, Lauren. Wow. Your advice is to flaunt it. You have it, flaunt it. Don't be afraid to go out and look good. Don't be afraid to walk around and say, look, I'm confident. Because somebody is going to see this. Somebody is going to see you. 9 of Pentacles. You see, she's just doing her thing. She's like, I'm doing my thing. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life. Someone's going to recognize you this year. They're going to see you, they're going to recognize you, and they're going to say, I want you. And you're going to say, okay. And then you're going to look deep, like you look deep on yourself. You're going to look deep on that person. You're going to match your charts up and see if you two are meant to be together. And it's going to just be a check mark and you're going to move forward. Hierophant in reverse. You said you got a divorce. You're still getting over this. It's done. You're still getting over it. But one of the things that I mentioned to you before I even started your reading was, and I mentioned this to someone else, if you want to attract someone new and you truly, truly want to be in a place of attracting the right partner, you need to forgive the person that you had a divorce with. You need to forgive them for the fact that things didn't work out. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. If this person lied to you, cheated on you, treated you like garbage, they weren't for you. The person who's meant for you is going to recognize you. You do not have to jump and do cartwheels and say, hey, pick me, pick me. You don't. The person's just going to see you. And the more you work on yourself and the more you go deeper and deeper to really, really connect with who you are, the more spirit is going to see that you're ready. You need to be ready. People don't just, your person doesn't just come out and fall out from the sky. Your person comes when you're ready. People who, yes, lied, yes, working on forgiving, yes, okay? That's the only issue you have now. You know who you are. You have it. You can flaunt it. You can go out there and flaunt it and be like, look at me, I'm beautiful, I'm confident. And you know what? There's nothing more sexier than a woman who's confident, she knows who she is, and she doesn't need nobody. Everybody wants that woman. Everybody wants to be with her. Okay. So that's the only thing you need to work on, clearing this block, the blockage from the past marriage that you went through, and accepting it and saying, you know what? It wasn't for me. And trust me, I know, because I'm divorced too. I didn't have a great marriage, but we're human. We're all human, right? We're all here to learn and experience. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, everybody, I'm perfect. Look at me, Monica Louv, I'm perfect. Nope. You guys see me, no makeup. I had a rough time during the full moon. I have my ups and downs. Doing yoga to help, good. And also your advice here is the Nine of Pentacles, which means continue to work on yourself. Continue to pour into yourself. That's your advice. And the more you do this, the more people are going to recognize, or the right person is going to recognize and say, I want to be with you. If you're still holding on to things from the past, you can write a letter, wish this person well, and even if you don't send it to them, just write it for yourself. Clear that blockage. I recommend looking up how to clear blockages from past relationships, how to heal those, how to accept within you and to release that. Because the more we hold on to the past by not accepting what we went through and healing from it, the more we create blockages for ourselves, okay? And that's what I see happening right now that you are getting over. You're going to completely just say, okay, I accept that. My marriage didn't work out. And listen, you are a perfectionist. You're a rising Virgo, so you're a perfectionist. You're like, oh, I have to look, you want to appear to be perfect. But you know what makes you beautiful? Being able to say to somebody, hey, look, I had a failed marriage, it didn't work out. I mean, I'm not saying go out and tell everybody that. When you feel the right people come around, or you feel you're comfortable enough to say that, that's fine. But that's what makes you beautiful. What makes you beautiful is your vulnerability. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people don't realize that what makes you so beautiful is when you're vulnerable. People think, oh, I shouldn't say that about myself. I'm going to look crazy. I'm going to look weird. I'm going to look strange. No, you start to come across as being relatable, right? It's like me. If I'm constantly on here 24/7 like a robot, and I'm not really showing you guys I'm human, then it's not authentic, right? I'm here to be authentic with you. And I think if you want a genuine relationship, which I think we all want that, you shouldn't be afraid to be vulnerable once in a while. I'm not saying be vulnerable with everyone. Be vulnerable with the right person. And now, because you know how to analyze yourself and understand and overstand yourself, you can do the same thing. And when you see the right person show up, you're going to know. You're going to just know. Mula knows. Mula is very deep. You know, the thing with Mula, all you have to do is look, see, and you get all information. It's a natural occurrence that happens to you. You get all information. But don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And don't be afraid to let go of the past and say, you know what, been there, done that. I'm not perfect. And when Spirit sees that you're in that place of accepting and releasing, the new person's going to come in even quicker. April is a very powerful month for you between now and I would say the end of the year. This year's big. So make sure you're putting yourself out there. Do not stay at home. I know Cancerian people, depending on your placements, they usually like to stay home and kind of not be seen, but you're meant to be seen. You're meant to be out there and for everybody to see you. And then that person's going to see you and say, hey, you're the one. Okay. So this is what I have for you, Lauren. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Everybody exemplify Lauren. She learned her human design, her astrology, and her nakshatra. Wow. Congratulations. And if you have any questions, Lauren, I'm here at your disposal. I'm here at your disposal at any time. If you need me, you can message me on my live chat. Okay. Now, if you guys are messaging me at all, make sure you're messaging me information that's not clear in the reading. The way it works is past, present, and future. So if you message me and you say, hey, what's going to happen for me? I'm going to say, hey, go back to the reading and look at the last card. The last card is the present energy. The future energy. Okay. So the last card is going to show you where your energy is going to be moving forward, okay? And energy constantly is changing. Energy does not stay the same. It constantly changes depending on where you're at spiritually, okay? So I want to thank you all. I've been on here for a long time. I want to thank you all so much for your patience with me, for your understanding, for really, really getting what I'm going through right now. Thank you, Lauren, so much for your donation. You're so awesome. You didn't need to do that, but thank you so much. You're great. You're amazing. I am so proud of you, Lauren. I really feel good things are coming in for you, and it's because you're doing the work. And everybody, when you do the work, you get rewarded. Okay? So thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you for being a light, and thank you for exemplifying what I've been teaching. Because I'm on here not just to do tarot readings, but I'm here to teach you guys stuff. I'm here to see you go from here to here. I want to see you, I want to see you strive. That's my job. That's what I'm here for. Okay? So again, I want to thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. If you love me and you want to be here and you want to be a part of the family, fine. If you don't, that's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay if you don't like me anymore. If you don't want to be here anymore, if if you used to like me, you don't like me anymore, that's okay. Love. I just want us to be in peace and to be in love and just be in this place of acceptance. That's where we're going. Okay? And I love you guys too. I love you guys too. You're my family. And it just is what it is. Peace, love, happiness. That's what this channel is, okay? If I say that I want, this or I want that, it's because I just want to know that you guys want me. And that's how projectors are. Projectors need to know that they're wanted. We can't force ourselves. I can't force myself to do something or be involved in something unless I'm invited. Okay. So thank you guys so much, guys and gals. Thank you so much for, being here with me on vacation. Thank you for being patient with me. Just a quick recap. If you have any questions, you can contact me about your reading. Personal readings are going to be closed for a little bit. I am going to be getting back to our regular scheduled programming next week sometime. It's not going to be until midweek. So there's going to be, a few days where I need to kind of get back and, organize my stuff and all of that. So around, I would say sometime next week, I don't know a specific time or date, but around that time next week, I'll be back and we'll be doing regular readings and stuff like that, okay? So thank you so much. I am sending lots of love and light to all of you, and I will see you all very soon, okay? Sweet dreams, have a good night, and don't stress yourself out.